Well, presumptive number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg of the number 1 ranked Duke Blue Devils rolled his ankle in the opening game of the ACC tournament today. He is getting an MRI and was seen in a wheelchair. San Antonio Spurs got a win as they beat the Dallas Mavericks 126-115 last night. De'Aaron Fox was a monster, nearly had a triple-double, 32 points, 11 assists, and 9 boards.
SportsCenter brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Thursday afternoon, hanging out in New Braunfels at Round Table Pizza in the New Braunfels Marketplace right off I-35. Gorgeous afternoon. You're coming up here for the weekend.
Oh, it's a great afternoon, but I tell you what, it's always good being back in New Braunfels. Like New Braunfels, what a great town.
You know, it really is, but man, has it grown. I remember when I worked at KNBT up here I haven't been there since 2005. This New Braunfels Marketplace, Ernesto's Jewelry was there. And it's about the only thing that looks familiar in this entire shopping center and the lake right out front.
You want to know a secret? I started there too.
Did you?
KGNB Radio. I was there, my first radio job, KGNB Radio. So interesting that we both got our start in the same spot. And look at us today.
Exactly.
Here we are.
Back right where it all started in New Braunfels here at Round Table Pizza. So much going on today. And come hang out with us. If you're in New Braunfels, if you're in that 35 North area, come hang out with us. Take advantage of their great specials here on pizza and watch some good basketball. We don't have the players on, but I know there's a lot of basketball. And coming up at 2:30, you've got Texas versus Texas A&M in the SEC tournament. I trust they have the SEC network here, so we're going to get that game on and go. The ACC tournament is on now. North Carolina losing to Wake, but the big story happened earlier today. Duke was getting rolled, and then Cooper Flagg rolled his ankle, although Duke rallied back. Cooper Flagg did not.
No, that guy, and scary thing for Duke, obviously, with him rolling his ankle. Not sure, trying to get some updates, and I'm sure we will throughout the afternoon on how bad that is. Went off in a wheelchair, came back for the second half, and he was on the bench, but couldn't put any weight on that ankle at all. So tough break for Duke. Tough break for Cooper Flagg. We're going to have to really watch that closely to see what that means for him. Obviously, the presumptive number 1 pick in the NBA draft this year.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, the hell with Duke and their tournament. How does that affect the Spurs if they end up with the number 1 overall pick in the draft? How serious is this ankle? Because, a lot of people would like that ankle to be wearing the silver and black next year.
Yes, they would. And as lucky as the Spurs are in the lottery, well, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Not one if Cooper Flagg is in San Antonio.
Yeah, it looked bad. And that's as we get ready for the Final Four, which obviously is in San Antonio this year, Selection Sunday this weekend, and then the tournament begins. It will obviously end in San Antonio. And this is when we all become basketball experts. I heard from old Phil and I about a bracket that we're going to be a part of. I assume you got the same text.
No, I didn't. Since I won the fantasy football league, does he not want me in? I see how it is.
I don't know. I mean, I got a text on the way up, and then I got the link.
What's going on with that guy?
Did you do it last year? Did you pay last year?
Of course,
he tends not to invite people.
I always pay.
They didn't pay the year before. You know how that goes. Although you were on baby duty, you might have just missed the text.
Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll look for it here in a minute. But he's scared of me. I know he is. Yeah, well, I know how Phil is.
It's Phil and I.
Yeah, he's afraid.
And I'm glad he's the commissioner of everything and never wins. So he just likes donating money to a cause.
Not only does he never win, he sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys' teams are terrible. They're awful. I mean, he's never even close.
No.
So I love that. And so, yeah, good. I want to get in on this, like taking candy from a baby.
Well, that's what it is. Now, as we sit here at Round Table Pizza, there is a baby, and I'm not good at ages, but I'm going to say weeks. not even months old. Certainly not. No, it's 5
months,
5 weeks or months. Weeks.
Oh, wow.
5 weeks old. This baby's over here enjoying great pizza, or the baby's allowing the ladies to enjoy great pizza because that baby is very calm. Very different than what you were experiencing yesterday. They know how to calm down a baby. You do not. How's life going with the grandbaby?
Well, apparently it's the aroma of the pizza that the baby enjoys. That must be it. Everything's good because Mama's back. So that was good. Picked her up at the airport last night, and all is good. Although her plane was a little bit delayed, but it was good to get her there. And
so with the flight delayed,
good.
Who was crankier, you or the baby?
Probably me.
Okay.
Since I had to be at the airport at 11:30 last night, but that's okay. I did it, and I was happy to do it. And happy to get her back. So it's good. And then Daddy's coming in tomorrow. So. All is right with the world now.
So you were able to sleep through the night with no problem?
Sleep through the night.
Everything was calm at the Reinagle house?
Maggie slept through the night, so she woke up in a great mood as well, although she always does. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, everything's good. And then, it's my regular routine today. I actually got to go to the gym, and no worries.
Yeah, got to go to the gym.
I got to go to the gym.
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of the house is what I just heard.
It was perfect, man. It was great. So, life is good, Minix.
Out of curiosity, the flight yesterday, what airline was that?
American.
That was on American.
Yeah.
Southwest. And I'm not sure if this is smart on their part or, dude, read the room. But, Southwest Airlines announced that they were doing away with the the bags fly free.
Right.
Now, some people will still get free bags, but for the most part, that everybody gets free bags thing is going to go away in May. Today on Twitter, about 3 hours ago, Southwest Airlines posts, and it's comical, but dude, really? They post in explaining what they're doing. It's not like we traded Luka. And then if you go through their slideshow, they're explaining the new policy. Now, for a Dallas-based airline, dude, read the room. It's funny as hell.
I think it's hilarious.
Clever on their social.
But they're getting a lot of criticism for this.
Well, I mean, if you're a Mavericks fan, right? I mean, everywhere you go, everybody's chanting "Fire Nico," and now you've got a new CEO that has done away with bags fly free. So, now they're getting compared to just, a shinier version of Spirit.
No, they're much better
well,
than that.
They are. But, one of the things that separated them now, they're going to nickel and dime you for everything. So, are they that? But it's not like we traded Luka. Is that going to be the new standard of how we judge sports stuff? Like, dude, that was a bad idea, but we didn't trade Luka. I know this sucks, but we didn't trade Luka.
Dude, I think it's genius on the Southwest Airlines social media people. I think that was hilarious. And if you look at it, and I don't care how mad you are at Southwest Airlines, you got to look at that and laugh. I mean, you do, right? You got to look at that and laugh. I think it's hilarious.
Maverick fans are laughing at anything Luka related yet.
Well, the owner tried to come out and justify it, and it just digging a hole deeper. So the whole thing is just a disaster and will be for a long time. That'll go down as one of the worst trades, I think, in pro sports history. Certainly one of them.
Yeah, there's definitely no doubt about that. I mean, and there's no justifying that trade. There's no way to make sense of that trade whatsoever. And even like as Mark Cuban said in his first interview, if you're going to trade them, at least get max value for them. And they didn't even do that. So, yeah, I mean, no matter what, I think that's going to be the line. Whatever your team does, whether it's the Cowboys, the Texans, the Astros, the Rangers, the Yankees, whatever it is, no matter how bad it seems, at least we didn't trade Luka. It's not like we traded Luka. That's become the standard.
I think we should all use that. Yeah, you make a mistake at work. It's, well, dude, at least I didn't trade Luka.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
I think that's great. We should all use that.
How bad is it? We didn't trade Luka bad.
That's exactly right. They mess up a pizza here, which they never do. But if they happen to one blue moon, right. Well, at least we didn't trade Luka.
So, in other words, if they drop pineapple on your pizza, the dude could say, yeah, but, dude, we didn't trade Luka.
Yeah, well, exactly right. I don't know. Dropping pineapple on a pizza might be an unforgivable sin.
But it's not like trading Luka.
You're getting pineapple. This dude over here is getting pineapple on his pizza.
Is he really?
Are you really?
Dude, we're going to make fun of you for the next 4 hours. What the hell is wrong with you? Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Well, I guess he wanted dessert for lunch today.
I don't even
I'm
know
not
if it's
sure.
that. Pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
We're off to a flying start, aren't we?
I had a great pizza here today.
I did too.
It was all the meats. They have a great a lunch special here. You get a salad, a personal pizza, and a drink. $10.
Yep, that's it.
It's unbelievable.
And your pizza's up to 4 toppings.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I put 4 toppings on it.
None of them which were pineapple.
None were pineapple. No pineapple.
See this lady right here.
That?
You don't
She's
put pineapple.
teaching you right.
This dude right here just ordered pineapple on his pizza. Slap the crap out of him.
Now y'all didn't get pineapple on your pizza, did you? You did?
Oh, double pineapple over there. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, there's something for everybody, I guess.
That's why they have for pineapple on pizza.
I guess that's
somebody likes it. Somebody's okay with trading Luka.
Oh, my goodness.
That's where it is. Micah Parsons with an interesting tweet after the D-Law move yesterday. D-Law now in Seattle. Let's try to interpret what Micah Parsons' tweet meant. We'll do that coming up here live at Roundtable Pizza in New Braunfels. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome to The Hangar, Petrenko, your go-to spot for mouth-watering wings, ice-cold cocktails, and an unforgettable atmosphere. Come taste some of the best wings in town, served by their friendly staff with even friendlier cocktails. Only at Hangar Petrenko, where great food, drinks, and friends come together.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textline.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelty. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelty can provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less and shipped directly to your door.
How do I get started with Zelty?
Just send them a text.
Text CORE to 200-300 to get started today with Zelty. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text CORE to 200-300 right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text CORE to 200-300. That's CORE to 200-300. CORE to 200-300.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Join the Blitz today live from Roundtable Pizza in New Braunfels. That's right, New Braunfels. We are in your neighborhood. Have a cheesy slice, talk sports, and enjoy delicious pizza and cold drinks. See you at the Roundtable Pizza today in New Braunfels.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. Or better yet, come hang out with us. Thursday afternoon, we're at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Right off I-35 in the New Braunfels Marketplace. And if you come and hang out with us today, and if you're watching on YouTube, let me see how I can show this with it making sense. Somebody is going to win free pizza for a year. So you get this little fancy card. So you look at that, free pizza for a year. All you got to do is come in and make a purchase with your receipt. They'll get some information. 6 o'clock, we're going to give a card just like this one. This might go in my pocket. A card just like this to somebody. Now, we were here earlier, and a guy that actually won free pizza for a year previously from Round Table Pizza happened to be in here. Now, I'm really suspect of this because for the first time in the 15 or so years that I have known grumpy-ass Greg Shelton, Greg actually sat down and had lunch with this guy. My first thought was, well, he was telling me he won free pizza for a year. And I thought, well, look at Greg trying to get a free lunch off of some guy that's not paying for it. Turns out Greg actually has at least one friend, and we met him today. They've been friends since like the 6th grade.
Well, the guy told me secretly that Greg actually pays him to be friends with him. So nobody would just be friends with Greg just to be friends with Greg.
Well, especially since the 6th grade. Then I thought, well, maybe somewhere along the way, this guy knows Josie the dog, and to hang out with Josie at some point, you have to hang out with Greg. But I just was just a little surprised to see Greg actually sit down and enjoy lunch with another human being. I mean, I don't even see him sitting with people in the break room at the office. I mean, he's always the guy by himself. He doesn't like people. So today was a very strange day because I can, in fact, verify that Greg has one friend who will actually admit to being friends with grumpy-ass Greg Shelton. And he set up a whole lunch date. Hey, buddy, I'm going to be in New Braunfels. We're doing our show at Round Table Pizza. Want to grab lunch? And the guy said, sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. So all that tells me, Minix, is there's hope for all of us. You know, if there's friends for everybody.
Well, this guy also said that he recently retired, so he's obviously bored as hell. And decided
I don't know if I'd ever be that bored. That's a different level of boredom when you're talking about that. But no, it was good to see. It was good to see a friend of Shelton's. That was good, and it's cool here. You know, there's a pond right out here.
Yeah,
I wonder if Round Table's kind of the whole King Arthur kind of thing, right? It's like the Knights of the Round Table deal. So there's a moat out there. So there's a moat right out front. I wonder if there's a dragon coming around.
A dragon.
And we got to get the whole thing, right?
I mean, it's possible. There's all kinds of things that we could probably do and go from there. Now, as we kid with our good friend, grumpy-ass Greg Shelton, I know that if Greg is on vacation or off work, he's not touching his phone. And he's certainly not going to Twitter. Now, unless he's somehow come home very quickly, I believe Micah Parsons is still on vacation in Dubai, right?
I believe he is, yeah.
But Micah is not enjoying his vacation. That dude is on his phone refreshing Twitter just like all of us, trying to figure out who is getting signed and for how much. So yesterday, the news drops that DeMarcus Lawrence is leaving Dallas, which, again, no surprise. The surprise to me is the contract that he was given by the Seattle Seahawks. The Seabags gave him $18 million guaranteed and a 3-year deal worth up to $42 million. I'm blown away by those dollars for DeMarcus Lawrence at this point in his career. And Micah Parsons, shortly after that announcement, granted, he's over there enjoying his vacation, had this tweet, "It's my time," and then the lion emoji. Now, we're all assuming that is in response to D-Law leaving.
So there's a couple of trains of thought there, right? It's my time to get paid, or is it my time to be the leader of this Cowboys defense? And I found it fascinating that you were going to blow me up today.
I was.
Or you thought you were, until I said, Minix, I think that means something else besides money.
And
I've never seen you so disappointed.
Son of a biscuit eater, because I really thought that because everything that I've seen on social is, he's wanting to get paid and he's going to get paid. I look at that tweet as a leadership tweet. It's my time. He is now the boss of that defense. He is now the top dog, the lion, if you will, on that defensive side. With DeMarcus Lawrence, there is the old veteran. There's that respect and longevity. I looked at that tweet not about him getting paid, because he knows he is going to get paid. He knows the money is coming his way. I think that tweet to me was saying it's his defense now.
I think it is too, and I really do, because look, he's going to get paid, unless of course Jerry trades him, which is something he ought to think about doing. But other than that, if he is still there, then it's his defense. He's the guy. It's my time to lead this defense. So we'll see if he can get that done. And I kind of find that strange, because I'm with you there. I think that's what he's talking about. But I think when you look at DeMarcus Lawrence, although the longevity for D-Law, it was certainly greater. But I think if you asked anybody outside the Cowboys organization, they would say Micah Parsons was the leader of that defense. DeMarcus Lawrence was never a guy that I looked at and said, this guy leads the way for that defense. Always kind of a quiet guy, and that's no disrespect to him. Some guys are leaders, some guys aren't, but it's just kind of like he's just a quiet guy, kind of, seems to mind his business. He could be a lot different in the locker room and on the practice field, but from what I've seen, I always kind of anticipated Micah as being the guy.
Well, and again, I mean, to a degree, but you still have the longevity and the respect. And, there could have been a bit of a pissing battle between the two on whose defense it was, which, could be healthy, could be unhealthy, because it is all about competition. But there is no doubt now that Micah is the leader. And we've talked about his leadership abilities in the past, especially the first year he was doing his podcast. And last year, it felt like he either did some leadership training or some media training on what to say, how to say it, how to act, how to lead by example. I took the tweet purely as leadership. The crown has been passed. It is now Micah's. Now, that said, if it is about money, there is the idea that maybe Micah is seeing all these contracts getting signed, and even though he knows he's getting it, he doesn't have it yet. So until he knows that's in his bank account, until he sees it on a contract that he puts his autograph on, there is the idea that I know I'm getting it, but until I got it, I don't have it. And, so maybe it is about money. He might be looking at that going, it's my time. Dude, if that old guy who's barely healthy is able to get 18 guaranteed, where's mine? I'm tired of waiting. It could be that, although I don't see that from Micah, because everything that he has said, especially knowing this offseason he should get paid, indicates he's willing to be patient and doesn't have to take it all.
Dude, we act like Micah's going to starve to death this year. Guy's going to make $25 million. I mean, I get it. You want the long-term deal. You want the security of a long-term contract. Guy's going to make $25 million this year. So I have a hard time being sympathetic to Micah if that's what he means. I really believe it's a leadership portion of this. I think it's his defense. It's his alone. It's my time. Lion emoji. And boy, I take it that way. I just think that it's his time.
Well, and again, going back to the dollars part, Christopher Summers on our YouTube channel comments why people act like 18 million is a lot. And, to a degree, I get what you're saying. In the NFL world, 18 million, some guys make that in a year. If you're a quarterback, you make that in a month. But the reality is, for DeMarcus Lawrence at this point in his career to get 18 million, when the reality is Micah Parsons could be looking at double that, more than double that per year in guaranteed money. But we all know people that are never happy with what they have, and they're always looking at what the other guy has. No matter how well they're doing, somebody is doing better, and they're jealous of that person. We all probably know people that are like that. I've told this story before. Sam Hurd is one of those kind of guys. Sam Hurd, when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, was making great money for most of us. But as a former teammate of his used to told me after he got arrested, I mean, the problem with Sam is it was never enough because he was hanging out with the guys that were making $10 million a year where he's at 1.5. They could do things he couldn't do. You know, those guys could go rent a plane. He couldn't. He never liked the idea of being the poor guy in a group, even though he was rich by most standards, but he hung out with people that were a lot richer, and he didn't like that. And then, of course, he got arrested and went to jail for selling drugs. Oh, I don't see that from Micah Parsons, but it is competition, and everybody wants to be the next. You know, it's not like, hey, dude, I got mine. I'm good. You go get yours. There are people out there that are just always envious of what the other guy has, no matter how much you have.
That's exactly right. A lot of people like that out there. But look, we all know people and we hang out with people or we associate with people that have more money than we do. And I'm cool with it. But you're right. There are people that aren't and people that are constantly jealous and it happens. I don't look at Micah Parsons that way. And again, until somebody convinces me otherwise, I believe he believes he now is the clear-cut leader of that Cowboys defense. It's his time with the lion emoji, and I think he's ready to take things over. Question is going to be when does he get signed? Whether it's his fault or Jerry's fault or a little bit of both. When does this thing happen, and when do we move forward? Do we wait until July? Do we wait until August? Do we wait until training camp? I mean, that's going to be the question now. When does Micah get paid? I still believe I wish, and maybe by some miracle they're doing it. You kick the tires on something like that, especially now with Myles Garrett making the money he's making. Why not? What could we get for this guy? I don't think Jerry's going to do that, but wouldn't hurt to kick the tires on it.
And if you're Micah, just go get paid because, you know, the whole Jerry Jones draft, develop, and pay, you're seeing guys right now that are leaving that probably thought they should have got paid. I was stunned last night sitting at Rue Pub enjoying the Minix ribeye for 1995 when word comes down that Rico Dowdle had signed with the Carolina Panthers. And I was like, all right, well, it's a 1-year deal for about $3 million worth up to $6 million. Well, Chuba Hubbard and other dude they have, he ain't going to get that. So it's basically the same deal that they signed Williams from Denver to. Why, unless Rico just asked for too much more or Schottenheimer doesn't like him, but I'm a little surprised. Check that. I'm a lot surprised that for $3 million, the Cowboys did not keep Rico Dowdle.
Well, I'm kind of surprised too, but who knows why the Cowboys do anything? And I'm the same way. I saw that last night. I mean, $3 million. I mean, that's like you can find that in the cushion of Jerry's house. I mean, there's no problem there. So maybe they weren't as impressed with Rico as they tried to let on. Because look, I don't care if it's Jerry Jones or name an owner in the NFL. Every player that's wearing their jersey is the best, and he does his best, and he's this, he's that, until he's not. And maybe that was the case with Rico Dowdle. Obviously, they like this running back they got. They're going to draft a running back by all intents and purposes. So Rico was just the odd man out. And now he's going to Carolina, which may not be the worst of things for a Rico Dowdle, to be totally honest with you, because I think Carolina is going to be much improved.
Well, and they are. And he's going home to a degree, but that's a crowded backfield. I mean, you know, and Carolina was playing decent football towards the end of last season.
They were.
And trust me, I had Chuba Hubbard on a fantasy team. He was getting some points. So, is Rico better than Williams? They're both $3 million. Again, that's a deal that surprises me, unless initially Rico's agent or Rico valued himself a lot more. And after a bunch of people passed, the best offer was from Carolina because the Cowboys had already moved on, which is a possibility. A little bit of breaking news, some sad news. Author and columnist John Feinstein has passed away.
Oh, wow.
At the age of 68. His brother confirmed his death. Man, we see John Feinstein every year, seemingly, at Army-Navy Radio Row. He wrote so many great books. One of the better authors out there when it comes to sports books. Season on a Brink is one that is certainly well known for. His book on the Army-Navy rivalry is fantastic. John Feinstein, dead at the age of 68 years old.
Yeah, that's sad. Did it say why? Was he battling cancer or something?
Right now, no. And well, I mean, we just saw him in December.
Yeah, we did.
Certainly didn't see or seem to. This does not say a cause of death at this point. This news is like 2 minutes old at this point. 44 books during his career on virtually every sport. Crazy.
That is crazy. And while we're at it, and that's sad, this is kind of sad too. Cooper Flagg is out for the rest of the ACC tournament. They're hoping to get him back for the NCAA tournament. Sprained his ankle today, rolled it pretty badly, but unlikely to play now and until and if the NCAA tournament.
So he's out for a couple of days, right?
Well, sure.
The rest of this week, and then into next week when the tournament gets underway. So it doesn't sound like it's overly severe, although if he did miss the first round, you assume Duke is going to be heavily favored over whatever directional school they're going to get paired up with in the first round. That's actually encouraging news for Cooper Flagg and those who are hoping that he ends up on their NBA team in the draft this summer. You think about what's going on in the NFL, I guess you would say Aaron Rodgers, maybe Cooper Kupp, the biggest free agents that have yet to land a team. Your future's in balance. Where are you going to go live? So what are you doing right now? We'll let you know what Aaron Rodgers is doing while he awaits to find his next destination. We'll do that coming up here at Roundtable Pizza in New Braunfels on the New Braunfels Marketplace, where we will be until 6 o'clock tonight. When you're driving into Roundtable Pizza, you're going to see a Synergenics location. You think about your health as you age. You feel like you're lacking energy or strength. Maybe you're a little moody. Your libido isn't what it used to be. All of these could be caused by low testosterone. The answer is simple. Go get yourself tested at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. I recommend the providers at Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments. They've been the go-to experts in TRT for over a decade. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. Personalized treatment is key because not all guys have the same testosterone levels. So book your appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. Testosterone starts to decline in your 30s. So if you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, where they also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. Get the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Locations all over San Antonio. That one right here, right across from us right now here at Roundtable Pizza. Book your appointment now, synergenicshealth.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
Spring break in South Texas isn't complete without a visit to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has free tickets all week long. Listen to the Morning Huddle for your chance to score free passes to the park. It's spring break, fun-filled and action-packed. Don't miss your shot to win from the Morning Huddle and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Can a president not have sex with a porn star?
Clinton did it. No one had a problem with Clinton doing it.
Or Kennedy, or...
No one had problems with them doing it, right?
It's definitely an ingredient that was injected from the other side. What's the guy's name? The evil guy from Hungary, super rich.
Dracula?
No.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all. And super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Made in America. Highest quality. That's Connecticut quality water softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
ConnecticutSA.com. Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by England and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. Swing it!
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels and the New Braunfels Marketplace. Between now and 6 o'clock, anybody that comes in here and orders a pizza, you're in the running to win free pizza for a year from Round Table Pizza. They got these fancy little cards, just like the one I'm holding right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. Somebody's going to get a card that looks just like this at about 6:02.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I wonder if he's got any extras over there.
Well, I hope so.
Maybe, a couple of schmoes like you and me might have to walk out of here with one of those.
Couple of schmoes.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. Well, all right. I mean, schmoes.
A couple other schmoes just chimed in. James Pledger and Greg Shelton.
I mean, who doesn't want free pizza for a year? You want free pizza for a year? Come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza. You come in here again, you order something, you get a receipt. With your receipt, it goes into a drawing that we'll have at 6 o'clock, and somebody's going to win free pizza for a year here from the New Braunfels location of Round Table Pizza. Tomorrow on Friday, we'll be at the Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. We'll have the same deal as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, we're giving away pie left and right.
Well, I tell you, yes, we are. And that's always a good thing to give away. The pizza's fantastic. Great lunch today, by the way.
Yep.
It was fantastic. So, yeah, come on out and hang out. If you're here in New Braunfels, the beauty of San Antonio Sports Star and our new signal.
Well, it's not new anymore.
Well,
it's
it's not
years
new
old.
anymore,
Yes.
but I mean, it's crystal clear here in the great city of New Braunfels.
Yeah, you don't lose it at all over by the Rotama Park, and it gets all scratchy. You can hear us. And so if you're in San Marcos, Buda, Kyle, drive on down.
Yeah.
You're at 3009. Come on up. Just come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza. I want to clarify because like 3 people have tweeted like, dude, Rico's getting $6 million. Up to are the key words for Rico.
Right.
With incentives, he could make up to $6 million. That crowded backfield, some of those incentives are unlikely, but it's up to 6. But he's guaranteed about 3, which is really surprising that the Cowboys wouldn't match that at all. That really does surprise me.
It is
if
surprising.
They liked him.
Well, they must have. They kept him around forever, right? He was hurt for a long time. They still kept him around, and all of a sudden you let him go. Look, they're going to draft a running back. I don't think Ashton Genty is going to make it to 12.
No.
So if the Cowboys like him, they're going to have to trade up. If not, that Hampton from North Carolina should be available at 12. But will they go that route? We're going to look at a mock draft coming up here in just a moment, and I'm very hopeful that this mock draft is right when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, and when it comes to running backs, I don't want a running back in the first round. I'm not going to be mad at it if that's what the Cowboys do, but this running back draft is so deep. You can get a good running back in the second or third round. I do want a running back before the end of round 3 as a Cowboy fan, but I don't necessarily want it in the first round. And I do think with what you're seeing with the number of trades that not just the Cowboys are doing, but seemingly all these other teams they're doing, is because this is just a rather weak free agency class. It's also a weak quarterback class. Cam Ward right now projected to go number 1 in a gazillion mock drafts. What's going to happen with Shedeur? And then it seems like a pretty significant drop-off, although I do think Dart might actually end up being a pretty good NFL quarterback, but it's not a deep quarterback class, but it is deep at running back. It is deep at wide receiver, and I think that's probably affected the free agent market. But when you look at a wide receiver and a quarterback, big-name guys, but the biggest free agents that are left, Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp. And the longer Cooper Kupp is unsigned, the more realistic that maybe the Cowboys could be a player, because I know a lot of people are upset that they're not even calling. The longer he's unemployed, seemingly the cheaper that price will be, because maybe right now what he thinks he is worth no team is willing to pull the trigger on that, or he would have a team. So what's the realistic valuation right now for a guy like Cooper Kupp? I think the same could be said about Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers would like to think the entire sports world is waiting to see where he is going to sign.
Well, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, it sounds like they are. Right?
Pat McAfee would like to say so.
Well, I'm sure he would. He's got a financial benefit to that. Look, Aaron Rodgers should just stay on the beach, all right? And just stay on the beach and just live there, have fun, enjoy retirement, because nobody wants you. Nobody wants the guy. And he's been linked to Pittsburgh. I heard today, Minnesota's a possibility. But I don't see Minnesota as being a possibility, to be totally honest with you. I just don't think the coaching staff there is going to want to put up with him. Quite frankly, I don't see how Mike Tomlin is going to want to put up with Aaron Rodgers. I just don't know that anybody is. And that goes for players alike. Just go, dude. You're not as all that as you think you are.
Well, I mean, at one time he was.
At one time he was.
He's not that anymore. Although, and again, Pittsburgh is the one that makes sense. And if you're Pittsburgh, your options right now, I mean, you did re-sign Mason Rudolph. So your options right now are bring in Aaron Rodgers or the desperate phone call to Russell Wilson before he signs in either in Cleveland or with the New York Giants. Because I just can't imagine Aaron Rodgers going to a team that doesn't have a chance at the playoffs. And Pittsburgh is the best one for that. But if you're Pittsburgh and you're Mike Tomlin, your streak of making the playoffs could be very much in jeopardy, because it's either going to be really good or really bad. There's no in between with the idea of Aaron Rodgers landing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's either going to be a dumpster fire like no other dumpster fire, or it's really going to work because everybody's going to play nice for a year.
I don't know what you're talking about. They just brought back Mason Rudolph.
Like I said,
Mason Rudolph is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All is right with the world. All is right with the world. He leaves the Tennessee Titans. He goes back to Pittsburgh, and he's there. Look, they need a quarterback. There's no doubt. And I don't know what they're going to do. And maybe Pittsburgh waited too long, or maybe they were in the Sam Darnold sweepstakes. That's a possibility. I'm not sure. But,
I mean, do they work a trade to try to get Kirk Cousins?
Perhaps. I think that would be something wise to do. Look, I think, again, I don't see where Brock Purdy is off the table, to be totally honest with you. I don't know what San Francisco is going to do there. They just signed Mac Jones, who apparently San Francisco has been in love with this guy for a long time.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan's been in love with him.
Well, it's funny. Kyle Shanahan loves every quarterback. All right. I mean, the same things was said when they brought in Sam Darnold to be a backup. Shanahan loved him at the draft. All right, cool. But it does give them an option if they can't get something worked out with Brock Purdy and they end up trading him away. It is fascinating when you look at what's going on with the quarterbacks, but everything's in the balance right now. There's photos of Aaron Rodgers hanging out at a Malibu beach, just hanging out, which,
he's smoking hookah.
I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's in Malibu.
Well,
I mean, what do you do when you're in Malibu? I mean, it's legal in that state.
I'm just saying hookah's legal everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Right? I'm just saying.
It's Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it's ayahuasca or however the hell you say it, or whatever that stuff is. I don't know.
What? Dude, Pledge, give me one more.
Stay classy, Dallas.
That's the one.
Why does Pledge got to throw Dallas under the bus there?
I have no idea. Oh, man.
Give you a bum sound effect for you, Pledge.
Yeah.
I think he's a bum.
He's a bum.
Well,
I totally agree with that, Aaron. That's the only thing I'll ever agree with you on. You're a bum.
Well, he doesn't say I'm a bum.
Well, he is a bum.
I think he's
bum. Done.
Yeah. Who was he talking about in that? Do you remember?
I have no idea who he's talking about.
Herb Arkush.
Who's that?
He was some draft analyst for, I forget exactly which company it was, but it was Hub Arkush.
Yeah.
All right, Hub, you're a bum. Aaron's a bum.
Yeah. They're all bums.
We're all bums.
Did you hear Josh Allen? His Pledge always wants to make fun of Dallas. You want to make fun of Dallas. Everything is Dak Prescott's fault. Josh Allen just redid his deal. Josh Allen is getting the most guaranteed money ever by a player in the NFL. Surpasses the guarantees by Deshaun Watson. By a long shot, the guarantees of one Dak Prescott. It's all this guaranteed money. And all these guys, they want to be tops at something, whether it's per year money, guaranteed money, do it signing money. I mean, as long as their agent can say you were number one at something. So Dak Prescott is at $60 million a year, give or take, right? $60 million is the average. So you would think the next guy would want more than $60 million a year. Josh Allen, he's at $55 million. Now, mind you, he's got the most guaranteed money ever. So that 60 number versus 55, Josh Allen humbly saying he wouldn't even notice that extra $5 million.
It didn't seem like, to my perspective, I was taking a whole lot less. But the way that I make sense of it, when you start getting these fairly big numbers throughout the entire league, it's weird to say this, but what's 5 more going to do for my life that I can't already do right now? Right. So it's not that crazy to me. Right. Like, I live a pretty good life. Got a house, got a car. We're good. But I wasn't looking to absolutely kill them in every chance that I could. And I told my agent that. I was like, hey, if this has any impact on the cap, let's figure out a way to not do that. So again, both sides were willing to move and change different things, and it was a pretty calm mannered negotiation, is what I can say, at least what I can hear on both sides. So it was good.
It was good.
I wouldn't notice that extra $5 million.
And he's right.
Well,
he wouldn't.
I mean, and he wouldn't. He probably wouldn't notice $15 million difference there. And he's living in Buffalo. Now, I don't know what the real estate market is.
He lives in Buffalo?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's got a pretty nice house in Buffalo.
Jeez.
He might have a really nice, he said he has a house and a car.
That's right.
I mean, he doesn't have multiple cars or multiple houses.
I'm sure he does.
But I'm just going with what he said. I've got a house and a car.
Uh-huh.
But I know, I'm going to guess, buying a house in Buffalo, probably a little bit cheaper than a similar style house in some of the other cities that he's looking at, right? But everybody hears that and they want to start taking shots at Dak Prescott. That guy gets strays all over the place. But for what? Like that $5 million, Josh, you're not going to notice. But you still have the most guaranteed money ever. The problem is you signed a 6-year deal. Dak is on a 4-year deal. And you got a deal done 4 years ahead of time. You're going to have to redo that again to stay within the market. And at some point, you're going to get a shorter deal, which your average years are going to go up because you won't be able to get those high guarantees. But just so noble of Josh to humbly tell us that he won't notice a $5 million difference per year. So you team, go ahead and, let's not affect the cap at all.
Well, let's not, because that guaranteed money is not going to have anything to do with it. Look, don't even get me started, because anybody that has any football sense at all would pay Josh Allen that money over Dak Prescott any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Because they both have the same number of Super Bowl championships.
Dude, okay, well, let's put Dak in the American Conference. Let's do that up against Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Let's do that and see. I bet he wouldn't even make the playoffs, for goodness sake.
He's Justin Herbert.
Josh Allen is
he's the best quarterback in the league.
And shoulders above
He's
Dak
the MVP,
Prescott.
him and Patrick Mahomes. But, again, it's about being next and when your time is up. And I credit Buffalo for getting a deal done that was already out of date for having the MVP. And when you're the MVP or you're in the MVP running, you're going to get contracts like that. When you look around, that's why they're having the conversations right now and trying to figure out what they're going to do with Brock Purdy in San Francisco, because, with the 49ers, you could almost tell this offseason, they have taken this team that, they took a quarterback a couple of years ago in Jimmy Garoppolo and got rid of him. That guy went to the Super Bowl with your team. You got rid of him. Brock Purdy has gone to a Super Bowl, and they're trying to decide what they're going to do with him, not just reward them for getting there, because while they've had a great team for the last 5-6 years, they haven't gotten it done. And now it looks like they're saying this team has gone as far as it can go. Let's blow it up and figure out what else we can do, which is very interesting.
Well, it is very interesting. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say Brock Purdy's next. He ought to make X. He shouldn't. So at some point in time, NFL teams are going to have to come down to reality and not just pay guys just to pay them because they're next.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Dak shouldn't have gotten $60 million a year. He shouldn't have. Brock Purdy shouldn't get that much money. And you can go on and on. At some point, they're going to have to get a handle on this thing and rein it in.
Well,
you're just going to have to.
I mean, but again, salaries are based on percentages of revenue. Revenue keeps going up, so salaries keep going up because the salary cap keeps going up. Quarterbacks are going to make that kind of money. You talk about Dak, look at a Justin Herbert, look at with Trevor Lawrence. You look at some of these guys that have gotten paid, but look at non-quarterbacks. I mean, Myles Garrett and the money he is getting on Cleveland. And, you talk about a team as far away removed from a Super Bowl as let alone the playoffs. But, a lot of players get big contracts that have zero playoff success, but they're big names, they're great players, and their time is up, and they're going to go top of the market.
I agree with what you're saying. And Myles Garrett, that contract, again, I guarantee every team in the NFL is pissed off at Cleveland for doing that. Again.
Cleveland.
And to me, they didn't have to pay him that kind of money. And they just didn't want him to get away, so they figured they had to. I agree. He's not worth it. I'll sit here and say Micah Parsons isn't worth that money. He's not. No, I'm not sure that because I'd take Myles Garrett over Micah Parsons right now. I'm just saying they're going to have to get a handle on this. You can't continue. So just because Brock Purdy's next, he should make $62 million a year?
Well,
or who's next after that? I don't know. Let's C.J. Stroud. Is he going to be $70 million a year? Where does it end? It's got to end somewhere.
Well, it's not. I mean. It's not going to, and that number you just threw out for CJ when he's up, it might be there. Jeez. And again, it's the system, and unless they change the system,
they need to.
But the NFL is a revenue-generating machine, a cash cow.
Yes.
And revenues go up, players get a percentage of the revenue. And you saw the $25 million jump in salary cap this year, and the projections are it's going to keep going up like that. So we're just going to see these ridiculous salaries. And when guys are up, they're getting way overpaid compared to a year or two ago. And we're looking at numbers and trying to figure out projections. And, the guys that are in accounting saying, all right, this is what we're going to have. Here's the new numbers for these guys. And that's what it is.
Well, again,
do any of those guys deserve it? No.
Well, I don't know if any Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, he does. I would say he does. Yes, absolutely. I would give Patrick Mahomes that kind of money. Yes, he's the kind of guy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, to just pay a guy because he's next makes absolutely no sense. It just doesn't. Prescott shouldn't have got the money he's got. Brock Purdy shouldn't get that kind of money either just because he's next. Trevor Lawrence shouldn't have gotten the money he got. I'm just saying it's out of whack, and they need to change the system because just because you're next doesn't mean you should get paid something that you're not worth getting paid. And that's my whole point on the whole thing. And that's what I talked about. That's why I preached against Dak Prescott. He didn't deserve the money. I don't care if he's next or not. He didn't. He got it. Happy for him.
Well, that
good
means,
for him.
That means he deserved it.
He didn't deserve it.
No,
Jerry Jones was dumb, and now Jerry Jones is in a pickle and can't improve his team. He's third in the NFC East. And they're not going anywhere.
It's deserved or what you're willing to get. If somebody gives it to you, you deserve it.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you deserve it. Somebody was stupid enough to give it to you.
Justin Fields deserved $30 million guaranteed.
No, he does not.
I mean, but that's what he got. Sam Darnold's getting $33 million a year.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I'm okay with that.
That's reasonable. He's had one good year.
Okay.
I mean, look at his entire career. $33 million. I mean, but that's the going rate.
Well, $33 million. He should have gotten $63 million. He's next.
Well, he's not at the top of the line. That's why. I mean, you got tiers.
Define top of the line.
Absolutely. Top of the line. Josh Allen, top of the line.
Dak Prescott, No, not top of the line.
He was second in MVP voting when he got his contract. I mean, you can't take away those facts. I mean, yes, 0 playoff success, but you can't say he's not one of the best quarterbacks in the league, or wasn't the year that he got it done. He was second in MVP voting.
So you have one good year and you get paid. Well, I got you. Okay.
I mean, you said it was okay for Sam Darnold, but not okay for Dak Prescott.
There's a $30 million difference there.
I mean, it's an MVP caliber difference in there. The MVP is here at Round Table Pizza Inn at New Braunfels. Come hang out with us here. Your chance to win free pizza for a year here at Round Table Pizza. We are here until 6 o'clock. Way late for a break. You won't believe what's going on the 40 acres. We'll tell you about that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, I look outside the window here at Round Table Pizza, and all I see is beautiful, sunshiny skies. It is golf season. That's exactly what it is. It's time to dust off the golf clubs and get out and play some golf. Get outside and enjoy yourself. And the best place to do that is the Golf Club of Texas. It is an incredible place, and the money that they have spent on improvements at that golf course is just mind-blowing. But it looks like it. I tell you what, it's fantastic. Brand new golf cart paths all over the place. They've resodded the entire golf course. The Xeriscape is outstanding, and they've got the Tin Cup Bar and Grill. They've got everything you need to have a great day. You go play golf, you have some lunch, you have a few drinks, you enjoy the day. They've got TVs all over the place. You're not going to miss any of the action. Go out there this weekend. You can play some golf and then watch the Players' Championship. Perfect place to go out and do that. It is just a fabulous place. And if you haven't been out there, you need to get out there because you haven't seen it. It is a completely different golf course than what you probably remember. And people that go out there on a regular basis know exactly what I'm talking about. The Golf Club of Texas. Look, the thing you need to do right now is go to golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. That's where the best rates are always online. And you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road, right off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament like we're having on April the 14th, you need to go check them out. Again, best rates, golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze Fabric Spray? Oh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman. Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest ever, spanning 2 days. Sunday, March 16th, it's a crawfish boil, all you can eat for $10. Then on St. Patrick's Day, Monday, it's a block party. The green beer will be flowing with live music starting at 2 with Irish Goodbye. Finding Friday takes the stage at 5. DJs inside both the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant. Plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
This Entertainment Insider is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Survivor is celebrating its 25th anniversary, and host Jeff Probst has been there from the beginning. He still can't believe his luck.
That I ended up on a show where I get to play in the world of psychology while being a storyteller. I still can't believe I ended up on the one show that has all of the things I'm into.
What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. That was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. $149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the bad news of the day, presumptive number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg of the number 1 ranked Duke Blue Devils rolled his ankle in their opening game of the ACC tournament. He is not expected back for the remainder of that tournament. As far as the NCAA tournament, we just don't know at this point in time. Spurs got a win over the Mavericks last night. De'Aaron Fox was a monster triple-double, nearly 32, 11, and 9.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels is where we are on this Thursday. Come hang out with us, make a purchase, get a receipt, and with that receipt, you get entered into a drawing to win free pizza for a year from Round Table Pizza.
One heck of a deal because it's a great pizza. Look, we've already had a bunch of folks come in here and say hello today.
Absolutely.
It's a Round Table Pizza here in New Braunfels. A lot of folks live here in New Braunfels and listen to the Blitz.
You know, and there was a guy that was here. He just walked out, but he came in, had lunch, talked to us a little bit. Navy veteran, which I certainly appreciate. And he looked at Joe Reinagel and said, "My second favorite sportscaster."
And I was a little bit taken back by that.
Yeah, like to who?
Well, I'm like, what?
And then
Who?
he said, Dan Cook.
I said, okay.
Yes.
No problem there. No problem there at all. I concede to that. I don't know about that Greg Simmons and Don Harris guy, but, you know, those guys.
Yeah, you can't lose to them. But to the great Dan Cook, yes.
No, Dan Cook, man. He was the absolute best. No question about it.
And then this Navy veteran started talking to us about why he hates golf and prefers bowling. Because with bowling, both are you can drink beer while playing sport, and but the ball comes back to you. And you were trying to defend your golf game and your golf abilities. And
well, I'm just saying, I can look. I don't chase. He was saying you don't have to chase the ball, and I'm like, well, I don't chase it on foot. I chase it in an electric golf cart
that has
with
beer
a
attached.
cooler full of beer that is attached to it. So.
And we will have a lot of that coming up April 14th at our Spring Golf Classic out at the Golf Club of Texas. Coolers full of Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. We're about a month away, so make sure you get your foursome signed up at sasportstar.com. It benefits the Pan American Golf Association. And speaking of golf, Pledge is sending us all kinds of updates from the Players' Championship. Who is Max Gracerman? Is that how you say his name?
Gracerman, yeah.
Gracerman?
That's exactly right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my phone's over here. We're watching the Texas game.
Quadruple bogey 7 on number 17.
Dude, that's a tough golf course. And 17 is that par 3 with the island green. Very difficult. I watched this morning. Look, one of my favorite players is Jordan Spieth. I like watching that guy because he's probably the closest to a hack like me of anybody. The guy scrambles like nobody's business. Chipped in for eagle on the first 2 par 5s he played, and still only managed to shoot 2 under par today. So It was an up and down day for Jordan, which normally it is.
TPC Sawgrass.
That's a difficult golf course, man. That's why they play the players there.
I just love seeing pros get a Minix type score of a quadruple 7.
Well, I watched Hovland. What's his first name, Pledge?
Victor Hovland.
Victor Hovland. Yeah, he didn't have a very good day this morning either. So it happens, man. But you get in trouble on that golf course that they're playing on right now, and you can ring up some big numbers pretty quick.
That you can do. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
I think we all know by now that if you work in college athletics, you're not allowed to gamble. You can't even do a bracket coming up for March Madness like the rest of us. Yet 2 football players and 3 others in the UT athletic department self-reported wagering violations. This is an issue, and they were playing on Prize Picks, but there is technology out there that a lot of pro teams use and a lot of universities use. In fact, the SEC requires it. And because of that technology within the building, they were able to catch these 5.
You know, it's interesting, too, because and you would think that, Prize Picks, it's legal in the state of Texas.
Yep.
You can play that here, so it's not an issue. But the rules for those guys are strict and stated. And the article even says that these guys know that that's a no-no. And we all do things, I think, sometimes you don't think you're ever going to get caught. And when you do, you're like, oops. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
So don't know what's going to happen to these guys, but I know Sarkisian wasn't happy about it.
Well, they'll have more classes on this is what you're not supposed to do. One of the guys that had won some money actually had to donate all the winnings to charity as part of the punishment, but they have self-reported. We'll see if anything more comes from that. The potential Nashville expansion team in Major League Baseball today has released a logo. They want to call themselves the Nashville Stars. They got a logo. It's an N and an S. It doesn't do anything for me.
It's okay, and I think they probably change that once this happens. I would hope. But with you, we were talking about this over lunch, and it's like, why the Stars? I mean, isn't there something more Nashville than Stars? I mean, it just seems like there would be something. I don't get the Stars.
Well, especially when you have the Dallas Stars in hockey. Now, Nashville Notes, except for their logo, would look more like the St. Louis Blues. I don't know. Nashville Stars, I know a lot of stars live there, country music stars and whatnot, but I don't know. Nashville Stars for a baseball team just seems kind of, not really down with that logo or the team name if Nashville were to get a team. Now, an interesting headline on Barstool that says, well, you got to read this article. How does your relationship with your dog change after it accidentally shoots you? Because a lot of us that have dogs, or, like when I did, they sleep in your bed. And in this case, a man claimed he was shot by his dog while laying in bed. And this happened in Memphis, and Memphis police respond to the accidental injury call around 4 a.m., where this guy named Gerald Kirkwood told police he was lying in bed with his female friend when his dog jumped on the bed. Oreo is the dog's name. It's a 1-year-old pit bull, and allegedly got his paw stuck in the trigger guard, and he hit the trigger. Kirkwood was grazed by a bullet in the top of his left thigh. Now, it doesn't say inner thigh or outer thigh, and I think that was an important detail that they missed in this article.
Well, that's what the girlfriend wanted to know for sure.
Well, the girlfriend left with the gun. So
blame her.
Now cops have more questions. Was it really the dog, or was something else going on here?
Could be. Rover there, or Oreo. Maybe Oreo wasn't happy with the amount of food that he got.
Maybe Oreo didn't want to share his side of the bed with the female friend.
Perhaps that's it. I don't know. But, there's an investigation that needs to take place here because, we blame the dog for a lot of things. I certainly do on a daily basis.
Well, that's just gas.
Well, exactly. But, if you're a girlfriend that wants to not have your boyfriend around anymore. Well, the dog did it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy.
4 a.m. Dog jumps in the bed. Safety's not on the gun. I'm blaming
What
the
the
dog.
hell's a shotgun doing in the bed at 4 a.m.?
There's so many questions. So many questions. I don't think it was a shotgun though.
It wasn't?
There wouldn't be much left of his inner or outer thigh if it was a shotgun.
Well, that's a good point, but I mean,
say what kind of. It actually doesn't say what kind of gun it was.
I wonder if this guy and gal were being a little kinky with the gun.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Your mind is going in weird places.
I'm just saying it was in the middle of the bed where the dog could jump up there and get its foot stuck in the trigger guard.
Well, and it hit you in the thigh. And like I said, it doesn't say inner or outer
That's
thigh.
what I mean. I'm telling you, there's something happening there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And the fact that she took the gun and left.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all know cops are coming. You better get the hell out of here because you're not guilty of something.
Poor damn dog gets blamed for everything, man.
Blame the dog.
Blame the dog.
Blame the dog.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I mean, that's just where we are right now. Blame the dog. And of course, right now everything is getting compared to Nico there with the Dallas Mavericks. Fire Nico. Southwest Airlines on their Instagram account today and explaining their bags aren't free anymore for everybody policy. They put up a post to say it's not like we traded Luka to try to explain, and they are getting hammered for it. But I think it's not like we traded Luka is now the response that everybody's going to have when you screw up at your job. Sorry, boss, but dude, it's not like we just traded away Luka.
Dude, I think it's a great response if you've done something wrong or something that pisses somebody off, because it's not like we traded Luka. I think it's brilliant, especially if you live in Dallas. I think that's it should be automatic. It should be taught now.
Well, I mean, Jerry, no matter what he does this offseason, he can say, well, dude, I didn't trade Luka.
Exactly. Yeah, I brought in a bunch of, projects, but I didn't trade Luka.
Didn't trade Luka.
That was the topic at the gym today.
You think?
Yeah, the Cowboys are trying to reprocess a bunch of guys.
Yeah, well, that's what they are. Reclamation project. Reprocess. Wordsmith, Joe Reinagel.
Yes.
Come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza in at New Braunfels. Everybody today that comes in between now and 6 o'clock will have an opportunity to win free pizza for a year. They've got great specials all weekend. In fact, they're going to have a car show here at the New Braunfels location on Sunday night at 7 o'clock. That'll be a lot of fun. And through this weekend, by any large or extra large pizza, you're going to get 6 garlic twists absolutely free here at the Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Now, talking about the Mavs, they lost last night to the Spurs. So the Spurs actually got a win. Let's talk about it coming up next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, let's talk about Stevens Roofing. Can we do that?
Yes.
I'd rather do that before we go to a break. Stevens Roofing, I love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and they're absolutely the best in the business. There is no question about that. And as I look outside, as I did before, and you see the beautiful blue skies, you know that spring is right around the corner. In fact, some people might say it's already here. You know what happens in San Antonio and Central Texas when spring arrives? That means those thunderstorms are coming. And you know the ones I'm talking about, the ones with the hail, the wind, the rain, the lightning, all of that kind of stuff. And you want to make sure that your roof is up to speed, that it can handle whatever we are in for this spring. Stevens Roofing can make sure that your roof is okay. All you have to do is give them a call at 210-785-0994 or visit them online at stevensroofing.net. They will send a crew out for a free roof inspection. That's right. They'll send them out there. They'll check your roof for free. And if there's nothing wrong, if everything's okay, they'll walk away and tell you to have a nice day. If there is something wrong, however, they can spot it. Then they'll let you know how they can take care of whatever problem that you might have. Look, don't let Texas weather catch you off guard. Call Stevens Roofing. Call them today at 210-785-0994. Look, your roof keeps your family safe. Stevens is here to make sure that you are always covered. Stevens Roofing, protecting Texas families one roof at a time. That number again, 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all of the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swim with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Join the Blitz today live from Roundtable Pizza in New Braunfels. That's right, New Braunfels. We are in your neighborhood. Have a cheesy slice, talk sports, and enjoy delicious pizza and cold drinks. See you at the Roundtable Pizza today in New Braunfels.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Your life, your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
The Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. You know, there are some advantages of being in the restaurant business.
There is?
Oh, there is. I see Brad and like the management team here at Round Table Pizza. They're sitting up there and they're sampling food, deciding what they like and what they don't like.
Well, that is a pretty good deal, isn't it?
And yeah, you know, and so you look at like there's like all these different wings that they have, and they're like, which one do you like? And well, those are good, all right. But I mean, that seems like a pretty damn good gig to be a taste tester.
I would think so. And I mean, if they need some help with that, I'd volunteer.
You could volunteer.
Because those wings do look pretty good. I haven't had the wings yet. I'm going to have the wings.
Well, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I had pizza for lunch. Now, we're at the Round Table Pizza today here in New Braunfels. Tomorrow we'll be at the Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak.
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow I'll get the wings. But I'll probably end up getting the pizza because it's good.
Well, the pizza is good. I had the last time I was at a Round Table Pizza, I had one of their sandwiches. Their sandwiches are great. They're fantastic. So they got a lot of different stuff here. If you like the pizza's fantastic, but the sandwiches are great. I had the Italian meat sandwich is the one that I had, and it was fantastic. So
when they brought them to the station, I had that Italian meat
the
sandwich.
Italian meat sandwich is fantastic. So it's all good, and the pizza's fantastic, and it's a great place. And if you're trolling around New Braunfels today, you need to come on out here and see us.
Absolutely. New Braunfels, San Marcos, Kyle, around 3009. And I would say, you might be able to try some of those wings, but I think Brad has finished the plate. That was supposed to be a sample plate, just a taste test for everybody, but Brad ate them all.
So
they must be good wings. They must be good wings. He's not sharing with it. Well, he did share with me earlier, but
that's great. He did, huh?
Well, I mean, all those guys were trying some, but Brad was like, these are good, and you're supposed to eat them all or sample each, the variety that they had there. But I think Brad just ate all the wings.
I noticed when you were trying one, you didn't have me over there.
No,
I didn't get an invite.
No.
All right, I see how it is.
I mean,
I got it. I got it. Sure.
I mean, you could.
Shelton didn't get an invite over there either.
But Shelton's over there being non-social and walking outside to do whatever Shelton does outside. He's talking to somebody on the phone.
All right. Maybe his only friend.
Yeah. I doubt it.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox had a great night last night.
The guy was incredible, wasn't he?
It what might be one of his last games this season, because I fully expect him to go see that specialist in Los Angeles on Monday and probably be shut down for the season. But De'Aaron Fox, a solid night last night, 32 points on 12 of 25 shooting. Spurs get a big win, 126-116 over the Dallas Mavericks. But defensively, I mean, the Mavs still shot 55% from the floor. They just weren't very good at three-point shooting. I'll be completely honest. I watched all of the Oklahoma City Boston game. And you talk about a Boston team. What did they shoot? 60-some on three-pointers last night. Oklahoma City got that win. I was much more interested in that game than watching Spurs Mavs because I was watching good basketball as opposed to bad basketball.
Well, and I tell you what, what I love about, and I watched some of that game too, going back and forth a little bit, but Oklahoma City, I think people are giving them a chip on their shoulder, telling them they don't care about them, nobody respects them, all of that kind of stuff. Well, they went into Boston last night and showed the Celtics that if that does come down to a final series, it's not going to be a walk in the park for the Celtics, and Oklahoma City is going to go in there. Look, that's a good basketball team. That's a really good basketball team. And so I like Oklahoma City. I like what they've done. I like the players that they have. And I tell you what, it would not surprise me if they're walking away with the trophy at the end of it.
As often as I have said, my preseason prediction for the NBA Finals was Boston OKC. Watching the game last night, I think Oklahoma City showed, dude, you should pay attention to us and respect us. But Boston, for as good as they are, if you're shooting that many threes over the course of a 7-game series against a fairly decent defensive team or good defensive team like Oklahoma City, I don't know that you're going to win an NBA championship trying to shoot 55, 60, 65 threes a game. In the first quarter, all their points were from three except for the free throw line. They made no 2-point field goals at all in the first quarter, did the Celtics last night.
Well, that's how their team is built.
Yeah.
That's how they're built. If they're making them, they're a very difficult team to beat. If they're not, though, you got a legit shot. That's why I like Cleveland's chances against Boston for that reason. Now, look, Boston's pretty good at shooting threes. Don't get me wrong. So it's tough to catch them on a bad night, but you certainly can. And I don't know. I am just because I don't like New York. I don't want to see the Lakers in the thing. I don't want to see Boston in the thing. I want Cleveland and Oklahoma City and just make everybody sick. That'd piss everybody off.
Really, it really would.
It would
piss everybody off. Now, as far as the Spurs go last night, while they did get a win last night, they're not going to win a whole lot of games just playing offense because there is a defensive part of the game, and they suck at the defensive part of the game. Listen carefully to what De'Aaron Fox said last night when asked about his impressions of the young players on this team outside of Wemby.
I mean, I think all the guys are good guys to start off with, but two good players, and I think continue to learn, about this league. And obviously with Dev and Keldon, like they've had to take on massively different roles than they've had in the past. With Keldon, who's averaged over 20 plus in a season, and then taking on a smaller role coming off the bench. Those things are difficult, but whenever you're able to embrace those types of roles, especially with the type of talent that comes in and out of the league, or that can come in and out of a locker room, when guys who are that talented are able to take and embrace a smaller role, it makes your team that much better. But like I said before, I mean, a lot of what we talk about with that really has to do with offense, and with the type of talent that we have in this locker room on that end of the court, that'll never be the problem. At some point, we have to be better defensively, and obviously, when you have Vic out there, it's a lot different. But the guys around you, even without a big, you have to be able to guard.
So, in other words, let's translate that. The Spurs have some great offensive players, but they have nobody that plays defense.
Yep.
And which is such an oxymoron, isn't it, when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs? A defensive-minded ball club that plays none. Absolutely none. So what De'Aaron Fox is basically saying, hey, guys in the office up there, we need to go out and find some defensive guys.
Well, and these guys can't or won't or both. They can't and won't. The won't and can't play defense. To me, defense is a lot of just effort and mentality. You have to want to play defense. And it is hard for us longtime Spurs fans to watch the Spurs suck so bad defensively when at one point Greg Popovich hung his hat on defense first. You go back to, Spurs were thrilled to win a game 84-77.
Oh, yeah.
That's a halftime score now. The idea that Pop has allowed the construction of this roster to completely abandon his defensive philosophies that I believe are at his core for changing of the game. Sure, okay, let's take more threes. That's the way the game is evolving. But you still have to play great defense, and the Spurs don't. And with Wemby not there, all these other guys, and you just heard it from De'Aaron Fox, have been exposed as piss-poor defensive players. You can't win that way. Having Wemby there, he was going to be Defensive Player of the Year. That has certainly helped. It's not like they were a great defensive team when Wemby was there because the other guys don't play defense. I think you just heard De'Aaron Fox really say, we've got to find some better defensive players because that's how you're going to win in this league. Offensively, we're fine. Defensively, we suck. And I think, Devin Vassell yesterday pointed out the stats. They're number one right now offensively and last defensively, and they're 3-7 in their last 10.
Well, and that says all you need to say. And De'Aaron Fox, I think, was being very kind. Very kind. We got a bunch of nice guys. They're good guys. But nobody plays defense. And you're right, and I'm glad you made that point, Jason, that yes, Wemby makes a hell of a difference. But the Spurs were blowing leads when Wemby was healthy.
Yep.
And not playing good defense when Wemby was healthy. So, look, I mean, it's not just Wemby. Wemby's a big piece of that puzzle, obviously, but they need some other guys in there. And you can sacrifice some offense to get some defense in there, and you're going to win more games. It's just that simple. And the Spurs have got to figure out a way to do that. And, again, we've talked about it. We've preached it. The Spurs have got to go out this offseason and improve this ball club. It's time. I know everybody falls in love with the Devin Vassells and the Keldon Johnsons and the Jeremy Sohans. It's time to get some guys in here that can play ball on both ends of the floor and get it done. The Spurs they just haven't drafted well as of late. I know Castle's a good player, and he'll be a good defensive player. Wemby was a no-brainer. But I look back at the rest, and I just don't see a lot to be impressed with.
No, well, again, at the time, whatever direction they were going, with the exception of Jeremy Sohan, they all made sense, but they haven't worked because now they've got to find guys that fit and play well around Wemby, and I just don't think they have. Look how well Keldon and Devin have played since Wemby's been out, and compared to when Wemby was in. I think for me, those would be two guys that I'd be looking to move this offseason. The good news is, and De'Aaron Fox said it, I mean, they are a bunch of good guys.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Despite losing, they still have their sense of humor. And I guess it's rookie prank week in the NBA. We saw what Cleveland did the other night to their rookie who forgot donuts. They filled his car full of popcorn. Well, according to De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle doesn't have any really solid rookie responsibilities, but that didn't keep him from, well, being a victim of a rookie prank last night.
I ain't got no wheels. Yo, nah. Damn, well.
So they, during the game, somebody went and took all the wheels, all four wheels off of Steph Castle's car, left it on blocks there in the player parking lot. Now, the good news for Steph Castle is he doesn't have to try to figure out how to get the smell of popcorn out of his car, but he did have to figure out how to put four wheels back on his car.
Well, you don't think he did that, do you? I think he probably called AAA or somebody to come out there. Problem is, Jason, I don't think they even put it on cinder blocks. I think they just left it down there. I don't see anything. I'm looking at the video now. That's not good.
No,
that's not good.
I thought there were some
I don't
stands
think
underneath it.
Maybe there is that I just can't see.
Not cinder blocks, but I mean, the fact that he walks out and he has four tires missing from his car. and look, if you're really rookie hazing, you're not helping him put those tires back on.
Of course not.
And hopefully they hit him around the Frost Bank Center like Easter egg, so he had to go find the four tires. I don't know if that happened, but if I were going to do that, I would not make it easy for him to find all four of those tires. Just delayed him getting home. Probably Ubered.
See, I like that kind of stuff. I really did. The popcorn thing was good. This is good. It's good. I mean, it just brings the camaraderie with this team in there. And so I like that. I really do like that. And Steph Castle, even though probably didn't like seeing his car like that, he liked it too.
Well, he's one of the guys. And if that's all he's got to deal with, he got off pretty damn easy, to be honest. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Come hang out with us here, especially if you're in the New Braunfels area. We are here until 6 o'clock tonight. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Sammy has his spring line on display right now in his showroom, so if you need some new golf shirts, fishing shirts, short sleeve shirts, dress shirts, anything that needs your logo on it, go see Sam. He'll get you taken care of. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. All kinds of industries, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues, so much more. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. And if you need caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. Nobody has better prices. Sammy is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swim with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at circalasvegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's Orchard.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sportsbook, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. Swing it!
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon as we're live in New Braunfels at Round Table Pizza. Now, anybody that comes in between now and 6 and orders something, you're going to be in the running to win free pizza for a year from Round Table Pizza. Tomorrow, we're going to be live at the Round Table Pizza at 281. Same deal. You could win pizza for a year tomorrow. But, you know, I guess at Round Table, they like to give away pizza. Because tomorrow, when we're at the Stone Oak location, you come to see us between 2 and 6. Buy a pizza, get a pizza for free, any size. So if you got the personal size pizza, you buy one, you're going to get one free. Any size pizza tomorrow, you're going to get a free one from 2 to 6.
That's awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. It's great pizza. Great pizza. It's fantastic. I mean, when they're giving stuff away like that, what do you got to lose? Come in and give it a try, man. You're going to be hooked.
They have beer.
They do.
They have beer. They mentioned they have beer.
They have beer. They've got some good German beer in here, it looks like.
We're in New Braunfels. Wouldn't you expect some good German beer here in New Braunfels?
Sure, absolutely. I would think so. But yeah, there's a good variety of draft beer over there. Very nice.
That all you got?
Pretty much, yeah. And they're going to name them off. I don't know what the German beer is.
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah. Well, and they've got that big car show coming up on Sunday. And what's cool is, am I allowed to talk about the? There's a Fat Burger right there, but a kind of a patio in between Fat Burger and Round Table Pizza, right here by this huge pond at the New Braunfels Marketplace. I imagine on a Sunday for a car show, weather's perfect, cold beer, checking out all the cars. That's a great spot.
I would think so. They were telling us that there'll be a lot of soccer moms and dads out there. And
glad you said dads. You just heard soccer moms, and when I'm in,
what? Me? Come on, Jason. You know me better than that. So anyway, it'd be a great place to come.
You prefer cheerleader moms?
Come on. Moms are great of all kinds. And where was I? Either way, it's a perfect place, and they've got a moat out here, like a moat.
It's a pond. It's a lake.
Well, since we're at Round Table Pizza, it goes with the motif, right? It's a moat. There might be a dragon in there. Who knows?
I don't think there's a dragon in there.
Is there a drawbridge?
There's not a drawbridge.
No drawbridge.
And it's not really a moat.
Well,
moats go all the way around.
It's a lake.
Yeah. Well, or a pond. There's a body of water.
I mean, it's pretty unique. It's the cool part. You sit out on the patio and look out over the water.
Yes.
And it's relaxing. Great place. I was looking outside during the break, man. It's right in the middle of a huge shopping center, which they've got all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
New Braunfels has grown like crazy.
Dude, the growth in this city is incredible.
It really is.
I mean, I worked up here at the station late 90s to mid 2000s, 2005. You worked up here as well. And
early 90s.
None of this. This shopping center was here, but the only store that I recognize is the jewelry store, Ernesto's Jewelry. That's the only thing that looks familiar in this whole area. And where we're in now at Round Table Pizza, this wasn't here.
No, this wasn't here. All this is brand new. This is great. These have been open since November at this location. So fairly new, and it's great. Y'all need to come in here.
Yep. Here at the New Braunfels location. Tomorrow we'll be at the 281 location. I'm seeing on YouTube, and I guess Jacob Eric went to one of the other Round Table Pizza locations. He said, I got a personal pizza with pineapple on it. First and last time I ever do that. See, now, Jacob Eric, I appreciate you saying you tried it. As opposed to just listening to Joe or me ahead of time saying, don't put pineapple on your pizza. Pineapple, I know people do. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, in my opinion. Jacob Eric wanted to find out for himself.
So Jacob, you had never tried it. So he decided, we'll see what all the fuss is about. And you realize that it just makes your pizza soggy.
Yes.
That's all it does.
Really? Is that what it does?
Sure. All the pineapple juice seeps into the crust.
Yeah. Is that what happens?
Yeah, just avoid that like the plague. Just put good, sausage, pepperoni, ham.
Bacon.
That's fine. Hamburger. All that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I did today.
And you had jalapenos on yours.
I had jalapenos on mine too. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was great.
A lot of people, Joe, on our YouTube channel, and you can always chime in and comment, and some of the comments that I cannot read on the radio, but you can go read them at our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. but a lot of people are asking for, and I say a lot, Chris, Joshua, I thought I saw another one in there. We're very curious for the description of the soccer moms, and the word shiny is used a lot in questioning said soccer moms. Can you clarify, sir?
Well, I'm just, I don't know. I haven't seen said soccer moms. Some of them might be shiny. Some of them may not. I don't know. I haven't seen them. Even they're ladies of all shapes, sizes, and shininess. So
the brightness level on the shine is there.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
Sometimes the shine is brighter than others.
What is it? You think about when you have think about your mother's punch bowl that she would sit there and shine it up. What was there was a term for that, and if it wasn't shiny, it was. I'm trying to think of those terms, but I mean there is that level, right?
Yeah,
somebody will have that out there. I'm sure. You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that. I always think
shiny soccer moms.
I always think about when you get your car washed and waxed, right? It's very shiny. It's pretty. It's you want to show it off, right? So you use the same term for, I don't know, soccer moms or cheerleaders or what? Name one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Soccer moms and cheerleaders, huh?
Well, my wife is very shiny.
Yes.
I mean,
you better say that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Mine too. Better say that. Yes.
Oh my goodness,
dude! I was last night after the basketball games. I was watching White Lotus. Have you watched this show
I have
yet?
not. I've heard good things about it.
All right, White Lotus is interesting. Started season 3 last night, and the wife asked the husband. He was kind of deep in thought and was like, "What are you thinking?" And he was like, didn't respond. He was like, "Are you thinking that your wife is just extremely beautiful?" And my wife just started laughing because yes,
yes.
He said yes. That's exactly all I was thinking about.
Well, of course it was. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, good Lord. Where were we at?
I don't know. At least we didn't trade Luka Doncic.
Yeah, we didn't trade Luka.
We didn't trade him.
I mean, we're Southwest Airlines. I mean, we might charge for bags now, but we didn't trade Luka. Certainly did not do that. Now, the Cowboys have made a lot of trades over the last couple of days. Most of the trades, mixed reaction. A lot of times you could look at fan bases and or beat writers from the other teams to see what they're saying. I saw A.J. Hoffman from the Morning Huddle on the Bills guy that the Cowboys picked up, the cornerback Elam. And A.J. Hoffman, noted Bills fan, put on his Instagram that he would rather play with 10 guys on defense than Elam being the 11th guy. So I don't think A.J. Hoffman, from a Cowboys perspective, is overly thrilled with the trade for Elam.
Well, look, he's a Bills fan. So your team trades a guy away. What are you're going to talk bad about that guy? It's no big deal. We didn't like him anyway. That's just that's what fans do. So look, and again, we talked about this yesterday as it was all coming down. None of these guys maybe will move the needle. None of these guys are the big blockbuster trade, but I think some of them are worth taking the risk on. And Elam's a guy that I think is worth taking the risk on. It was certainly a need for the Cowboys, so I don't see a problem with it. Taking a chance on the guy. And again, if any of these guys, if all of them don't work out, the Cowboys have lost absolutely nothing because they're not overpaying, paying a lot for any of these guys. So, and they're all 1-year deals, except for Solomon Thomas. I think is a 2-year deal. So, the Cowboys are rolling the dice. If it works out, then they've struck gold. If it doesn't, they really haven't lost anything.
No, and again, I mean, the Thomas is kind of a homecoming. He was a Capel Cowboy, and now he's a Dallas Cowboy. He said he was excited about the opportunity. Murray is the one that's been hammered the most, the move with Tennessee. But you go back and you think about what Murray was at Oklahoma and what he's done in the NFL, and you almost wonder two different guys. How can a guy be that good at the college level and that bad from a linebacker position? But again, with Eberflus, benefit of the doubt, because, he's having influence on all of these moves. But when I think about what Matt Eberflus has done with linebackers specifically, I like the idea of he has signed off on these guys to come in thinking he can coach them up and get something out of them, because it's one thing to hammer the Cowboys, which we do plenty, on being cheap, but it really feels like they are being selectively aggressive, as Stephen would say, but not just going and getting guys that fit the budget, but guys that fit the budget that they think they can work with, because there's other linebackers that they could have gone and gotten in that same price range that they haven't worked out deals with, and giving up late round picks, you're getting probably more than you would. The problem with Murray is there's a $7 million tag that goes with that Tennessee was going to probably release him anyway and get rid of him, yet they were able to get a late round pick, and the Cowboys would be on the hook for that money now if it works out, almost like when they had to pick up that damn option on Trey Lance.
Exactly. Look, and again, back to Elam. If Elam's got a team option second year, that's about $12 million. So the Cowboys are going to have to see if they like this guy, number one, and if they don't, then they release him. If they do, they're going to have to rework that contract. But again, I wish the Cowboys would have gone and spent some money for a guy like Greenlaw. I think they need a guy, a veteran guy, especially playing linebacker like that, to help solidify that thing. I wish they would have made one big move for a guy like that, but they didn't. They went the other way, and we'll see how it works out.
Well, I mean, to go with the theme of the segment, they needed a shiny object.
Yeah.
Somebody that was proven that you could be excited about. Like, dude, we got that guy.
Yeah.
Not we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And they got warm bodies right now, but they didn't make a splash move yet in bringing in somebody else. But they have been active. Last year it was all departures. This year they've added, and we'll see how strategic these pieces are all going to fit together. But they didn't bring in that wow, let's get the fan base excited, even if that player might be well past his prime. Like Seattle, they're thrilled that DeMarcus Lawrence is coming. But, from what I could tell, reaction with some of my family and people from the Pacific Northwest that I follow on social media, cautiously optimistic. Yeah. Big name if he can stay healthy. But that was a big price tag that the Seahawks put on DeMarcus Lawrence
for a guy his age and a guy that was hurt pretty badly this year. So yeah, it's a roll of the dice, no doubt.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star Live at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. We are here until 6:00. So if you're in the area, get off your jet ski and come see us here. Get off the float there on the Guadalupe. Come hang out with us here. Get a cold beer and a pizza at Round Table Pizza. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, here in New Braunfels, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Looking for
for a place where strangers become friends over great drinks and food? Welcome to The Hangar Petrenko, your go-to spot for mouthwatering wings, ice-cold cocktails, and an unforgettable atmosphere. Come taste some of the best wings in town, served by their friendly staff with even friendlier cocktails. With 20 big screen TVs for all your sports needs and a gorgeous patio to enjoy the great weather, The Hangar Petrenko has got you covered. Don't miss the official after party for the San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament Monday, April 14th, only at Hangar Petrenko, where great food, drinks, and friends come together.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
Guys, if you ever spend time on social media, you'll often find yourself just being hit with bad news and worse comments, and you'll see how everybody's life is so picture perfect, and they've got this great job promotion, and you're wondering, man, where am I? It's hard not to get wrapped up in how everyone else is doing. Imagine how you'd feel if you just spent 45 minutes focused on how you're doing. That's what they're about at Cerebral. They make it easier than ever to access dedicated therapists and doctor-prescribed medication personalized to you. And the best part, Cerebral offers in-network care so you can focus on feeling better without worrying about the cost. If you're dealing with stress, anxiety, you want to be more present and focused, you want to sleep better, you want to have better relationships, you've got to work on yourself. Cerebral is proud to be an official sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs. Just like athletes prioritize their physical health, mental health is just as important, and Cerebral's here to help you build a strong foundation for your overall being. So take the first step today. Visit Cerebral.com to see how affordable and accessible mental health care can be with insurance. Cerebral, make time for mind time.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's final four.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Second half just underway in the SEC Conference Tournament between Texas and Texas A&M. The Longhorns right now with a 33-30 lead over the Aggies. Well, the Vikings, they've traded guard Ed Ingram to the Houston Texans, and the Texans will give back a 6th-round pick in 2026. Cooper Flagg not expected to play in the ACC tournament.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels, right off I-35 in the New Braunfels Marketplace. Come hang out with us. You show up in the next 2 hours, you're going to be in the running to win free pizza for a year. They've got great weekend specials. They got a car show here happening Sunday night at 7, which sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot of fun. So, hey, if you're in the New Braunfels area, anywhere in this area, come on out and see us today. And then make plans to come out here Sunday night for the car show.
It's going to be a good time. You know, it's interesting when you look at just anything. And, you know, there are headlines that are designed to make you click on them that aren't necessarily clickbait, but sometimes, you know, a good headline writer, they're worth their money. Now, Sports Illustrated posted a tweet how Bill Belichick is having his girlfriend helping out the UNC football team.
Now, wait a minute. I haven't read the article, but I can think of a couple of ways.
Well, I mean, I click on it and it said this page is down, and it's got it got an ice cream cone.
Belichick probably had that come down. Now I've got it here.
I double click it will or second click it will work.
I've got it here. I don't know exactly what she's doing for the football team.
Oh, I do.
But I'm sure they're very appreciative.
Well, no, I mean, somebody emailed Bill, and he said, "Thank you for the email. I'm including Jordan on this email so that she can keep up with your postings. Can you include her on anything you send me?" She's checking his email.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so wait a minute. Now, she is making sure that she's included in all of Bill's emails.
No. Bill is making sure the girlfriend is excluded because this was about social media and web content.
All right.
And Grandpa Bill is like, dude, my girlfriend, man, that's social media is up her alley. Include her on any email you send me.
Now,
I'm thrilled to see that Bill Belichick knows how to work email.
Now, see, that's a good headline writer.
Yes.
How Bill Belichick is having his girlfriend help out the UNC football team.
Yeah.
Because I see that, and my mind goes wild.
Well, of course.
And I'm just thinking, man, I'm sure she is because I don't know, maybe Bill just can't keep up.
No, I mean, dude, it's clear that Bill Belichick can relate to somebody in their early 20s. Look, I mean, if there was ever a doubt about his recruiting abilities, just look at his girlfriend. Guy can recruit. That's proven.
There's no question about that. But is unfortunately for him, girls don't play football. At least at the college level, anyway. So I'm not sure exactly how that helps. He can recruit her because he's got a lot of money.
You think that's all it is?
Well, what do you think it is? I mean, honestly, how old is Bill?
D is 70-something,
and she's 24.
Yeah.
I rest, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, he needs to a lot. I would imagine. But yeah, no, she's helping with the email and with social media.
Well, that's good.
It is lovely.
Is that before or after she's tried out for cheerleader?
Who knows? I just hope she's getting her school taken care of.
Well, I'm sure she is. I'm sure that's not a problem.
They can. You think Bill can afford her?
I think Bill's doing just fine.
Put her through school. Everything will be good there.
I think Bill's okay. He's doing all right.
So conference tournaments going on. Texas A&M playing as we speak. 1-point game. Aggies just took the lead. Bigger news today. Cooper Flagg leaves with a badly sprained ankle, and it looked ugly. Now, I don't give a damn about Duke, but Cooper Flagg's going to be the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Early reports are he's obviously out for the rest of the conference tournament, which is going to end on Sunday. There's a chance he could be ready for the first round game. So clearly not as severe or as devastating as it originally looked. I mean, you were worried about, was that just a sprain? Is there anything broken in there? What about tendons? All kinds of stuff. I mean, there are ankle sprains that you go, oh man, he smarted his ankle, right? And then there are, oh my goodness, is he going to walk again? And this was kind of more on the, I hope that's not too bad and he'll be ready for the start of the NBA season, although early indications are he might be actually able to play in the NCAA tournament.
Well, look, the guy's young. What is he, 18 years old? I mean, he's a young guy. He heals quickly, I'm sure. The concern was early on, was there any ligament damage? Or, God forbid, was there something broken? I mean, this was a pretty bad roll of the ankle. Goes up for a rebound, comes down and steps on a guy, and that turns that ankle, and he goes down immediately. Had to be helped off the floor. So apparently it's not as bad as you think, because you see the guy go down and you're thinking, oh my gosh, you're thinking the worst. Well, obviously it's not that, but you got to figure worst case scenario, Duke goes through the ACC tournament. Whether they win it or not doesn't matter. They're still going to be a number one seed in all likelihood. And then even if he doesn't play in that first game, you got to figure Duke can handle that without Cooper Flagg and have him ready for the second round game.
Duke was down big in that game, came back to win. North Carolina just finished off Wake Forest 68-59. So they're moving on. And, it's that time of year where, like Texas, not expected to beat A&M. They're hanging in there. Texas needs a strong run in this tournament to ensure they make the NCAA tournament. They're one of those bubble teams. But you can also look at, it's just proof that the regular season in college basketball doesn't really mean a damn thing, because you can have a great regular season, especially for the smaller schools, and have a bad game in the conference tournament, and you're out. You're not even going to go dancing.
And yeah, right. And that's a problem. But there are a lot of teams like your Dukes who do have good regular seasons, and it really doesn't matter what they do in the conference tournament, right? They're going to get in. So, and probably they'll be at worst the number 2 seed, but I can't imagine Duke not being a number 1 seed at this point in time. So I like this time of year. This is when I really get into the college basketball stuff when it comes to conference tournaments. And then again, obviously the NCAA tournament. And so I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see what's going on, and I'm ready for it.
Well, and again, Final Four in San Antonio this year. So, you think about, they announced the music festival yesterday, Selection Sunday coming up this Sunday. And we know the road to San Antonio is going to be on, and everything going on, not only Final Four that same weekend as the Valero Texas Open and the San Antonio Missions have their opening weekend. There's just going to be a ton going on at the end of the month, 1st of April here in San Antonio.
I love that. It should be. San Antonio is a great place for all of that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We've got a busy month ahead, and then into April as well.
Well, and then let's see, it's the 13th. We're about 2.5 weeks away from doing our show live at Circa Las Vegas, which
exactly 2 weeks away.
Is it 2?
2 weeks. We'll be doing our show 2 weeks from today at Circa Las Vegas.
You got time to join us. Book your flights, get your rooms for a Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas. Promo code Blitz. If you go directly to the Circa Las Vegas website, go to sasportstar.com, and you can click the link there, and it will take you to the page. All the discount would already be included if you're going straight from our website. And join us out there. Sweet 16 round of the tournament, opening day of Major League Baseball. It is right around the corner. And, the Gunslingers, they get going here March 22nd with their home opener. In fact, we got a 4-pack of tickets to give away. Let's give those to let's give a 4-pack away to caller 7 and caller 8 right now.
All right. How about that?
We will do that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You're going to go see the Gunslingers take on the Tulsa Oilers March 22nd out at Freeman Coliseum. Summer right around the corner. Dad bod season is over. You're going to be at the pool. You're going to be at the lake. You're going to be at the beach. You want to have your belly looking better. Do like Joe did. Do like I did. And go see Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa and do the M-Sculpt Neo.
It's fantastic. I love doing it. It feels good, to be honest with you. I like doing it. About a 30-minute procedure. So you can do it on your lunch break. It's that simple. You go in there, you lay down, they hook you up, and you just kind of doze off. That's what Jason and I do, but it works. That's the main thing. It works, and we've seen the difference, both of us, and you'll see the difference as well.
Yeah, Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa. M-Sculpt Neo is great, but they have all kinds of other services. As you think about beach season, the lady in your life, she's been talking about a mommy makeover. Now's the time to get that done. And this month, $2,000 off a mommy makeover. $1,000 off a tummy tuck. Special Blitz special. So make sure when you call or she calls that you ask for the Blitz special, 210-494-8446, or go to the website, findyourbeautiful.com.
The Easter Bunny? He's lost his dazzle. His tail? Flatter than a pancake. Yeah, no more poof, see? And those eggs? They're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but the trap, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the cabbage we're shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the kids' pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Connecticut. Their non-electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to us, eh?
License number 38961.
George gets justice.
At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with a sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something?
Boat wins!
Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing?
Boat wins!
Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing?
Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Let's get wild.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. On YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Come by, take advantage of the great specials today all weekend long, and you could win today by 6. Free pizza for a year from Round Table Pizza.
All you have to do is come in and order a pizza, fill out your name and number and all that stuff. You'll be in a raffle, a drawing that we're going to do here at the end of the show. So a pizza for a year, that's a hell of a deal.
You can't beat that.
No.
Now, tomorrow we'll be at the Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. They're off 281. 2 to 6, buy one, get one free, any size pizza.
So make plans now if you're in San Antonio, and make plans now for lunch. You're going to be out at Round Table Pizza to come see us.
Absolutely. 281 in Stone Oak tomorrow, and we'll do free pizza for a year as well, but it's also buy one, get one. So if you're cheap, see, like tomorrow's Reinagel's day to buy lunch, and so he'll buy his and mine will be free. See, it works out pretty good that way.
Yeah, well, and I want to talk to you about that. I come in here today and you'd already ordered yours. I didn't have anything.
I'd already ordered mine.
I was wondering what happened. I even asked the girl at the counter. I said, well, I'm sure he got a large pizza for both of us, right? She said, no.
Oh.
I'm like, cheap SOB?
Well, because last time you got the personal pizza.
Well, I'm just saying. I just thought maybe you would have taken care of that.
Greg wanted the personal pizza because it comes with the salad bar, which is actually wonderful. And I did mix in a salad today.
And that was quite shocking, too, when I walked in here. Minix was eating a salad, which I don't think I've ever seen in person before.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. But there are some salad bars that say, yeah, I'm getting a salad today. And Round Table Pizza salad bar, actually, I had a salad.
I'm going to tell you, their lunch special is outstanding. You get a personal pizza up to 4 toppings, a salad, and a drink for $10.
$10.
I mean, that's a hell of a deal.
It really is a hell of a deal. So if you're in New Braunfels, come on by and see us or near the area, or make plans to join us tomorrow at the Stone Oak location for Round Table Pizza. When you look at what the Dallas Cowboys have done so far this offseason, and the fact that we're a Thursday, and most that follow the Dallas Cowboys closely, whether it be a fan or in the media, did not expect much from the Cowboys. Now, granted, last year they didn't do a damn thing. This year, Jerry kind of said, don't expect us to do a lot. Steven said they were going to be selectively aggressive, and then Jerry's like, I don't know if aggressive is the right word. And with what they've done, I don't know that I would say aggressive, but they have been busy. They have added a lot of new faces, and they've re-signed a bunch of players that you would expect them that they would want to keep. The only one that's gotten away that is a surprise is Jordan Lewis. But at the number that Jordan Lewis was able to get from Jacksonville, I don't know that any of us are surprised that the Cowboys wouldn't pay that kind of money for Jay Lou.
Well, I think Jacksonville overpaid for him. I mean, I really do. I don't think nobody else is going to give him that. So, looking at it from that perspective, I don't blame the Cowboys for doing that. DeMarcus Lawrence, I was a proponent for letting him walk anyway. And then Seattle gives him a fortune. And I know the Cowboys weren't going to match that. I wish the Cowboys, and look, there's still time. I wish they would make a splash with something. I was hoping they would do that with linebacker with Dre Greenlaw. They didn't do that. They let him get away. And I know that would have been a lot of money and unusual for Jerry, but he would have been the type of guy to really anchor that defense at the linebacker position. And I just think that would have been a big move for Jerry. Now, does he go out and do something with the wide receiver position? I don't know. It's not over yet. He could still do something, but as of now, it's been very low risk type of signings for the Cowboys.
But when you look at the additions, and granted, the vast majority, I would say vast majority, I mean, a lot of trades, which means no competition for those guys, yet at the same time, you're giving up some late draft picks and even some picks in the next year, but they do agree with the deal with running back Javonte Williams. Very similar deal to what we saw Rico Dowdle sign with Carolina, which begs 2 questions. Is at the beginning, was Rico thinking he was going to get more money or more years? And so his asking price was too high for the Cowboys for the production, or did they just decide they didn't like him? They kept him around for a long time to give him his opportunity. So he was a little surprised if his price wasn't there. But seeing what he's getting from Carolina, I am surprised he is out the door. When you look at Javonte Williams and what he has done versus what Rico Dowdle has done, I don't know which one is better right now, but I'd probably say Rico, but because Rico had more opportunity to prove that he wasn't a bell cow running back. So they bring in a Javonte Williams, who is not a bell cow running back. He is a perfect guy for a running back by committee backfield. So is Rico. And Rico proved that last year. He was great as a complimentary back. He wasn't great as a bell cow type guy, although he proved he can be when given the opportunity. Last year when they got back to focusing on the run, he did have some nice moments, and he was better at pass protection than I thought he was going to be.
Absolutely. All those things are true. And now he's going to go to Carolina, where he will be in the mix. He's not going to be the guy in Carolina, but he'll be in the mix there. And good for him. he gets an opportunity with somebody else. It only tells me, and as soon as we knew they weren't going to keep Rico, you got to figure they're going to draft a running back to pair with Williams, the guy that they got. So because you're right, unless Jerry thinks or Will McClay thinks that this guy that they got can be that, he's just never had that opportunity. He's a young guy. Maybe they feel like they can turn him into a lead back.
It's going to be interesting, but when you look at the idea of the Dallas Cowboys making any kind of splash free agency move, unless it's a Cooper Kupp, which would surprise me unless, I mean, I'm kind of surprised he didn't have a deal yet, which leads me to believe that what he is asking for is more than what any team is willing to give him, unless he is being very selective about the offense and the place that he wants to end up. I'm still thinking Jacksonville, just because of relationships, is where he's going to end up. And they need receivers, and they seem to be overpaying a lot of guys right now. Asante Samuel is a name that's starting to get linked to the Cowboys, who still need help in their secondary. Good coverage guy, but he played 4 games last year because of health. And so overall health concerns. But, when you look at what the Cowboys have added in the secondary, they've added bodies, but have they gotten better in that area? Asante Samuel Jr. wouldn't be a bad pickup. If you're looking for, maybe a Rasul Douglas, same kind of thing, he's still available. That's a bit of a surprise, a little bit older, but again, big name type of guy. There's a couple of offensive linemen, although I don't see the Cowboys going out and spending big on offensive linemen for starters because, believe it or not, I think the Cowboys feel like they are set with their starters. They need help with their depth along the offensive line.
Well, yeah, but they can also look to the future. And there is a mock draft, I believe it was CBS Sports, that put out a mock draft after some of the moves that have been made in free agency, and it has the Cowboys at that 12 spot, taking the kid out of Texas. And he's a hell of a player, or he certainly was for Texas.
Kelvin Banks.
Kelvin Banks Jr., and I think he's going to be one hell of an offensive lineman in the NFL. So you pick up a guy like this, and if you've got your starters right there and you can allow a guy like Banks to ease his way into the NFL, I think that's a huge pickup, and I hope that that's where the Cowboys go and not the flashy, shiny object that Jerry's been known to do at times. But that pick right there, I think, would be ideal for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, in the CBS Sports mock draft that came out today, again, factoring in the first couple days of free agent moves is how they put this one together. They have Ashton Genty going to the Bears with the 10th pick. So he would be off the board when the Cowboys pick at 12. But the running back out of North Carolina would still be available at 12. But I just don't see the Cowboys doing that. I taking a running back in the first round. Although in this mock draft, they've got that Hampton kid from North Carolina going pick 29 to the Washington Commandskins, which again, the Cowboy fan, you go, well, I don't want Washington to have him either, right? But again, if he's projected to go at 29, there's no way, if the Cowboys are staying true to their board and what Will McClay has always said, they go best player available, not drafting for need. There's no way they could have that high of a grade on Hampton ahead of some of these other guys and go with interior line. And that's what I'm looking at. And it would be cool to have a Kelvin Banks Jr. or the Shamir Stewart, the defensive lineman from Texas A&M. One of those two guys coming to the Cowboys at that 12th pick. I don't know anybody that would be mad at that because, quite frankly, it'd be filling a need with a great player, a highly graded player, whether you're helping the offense or defense, although looks like free agency is mainly helping the defense, which makes you think that the draft is going to help the new head coach and offensive coordinator in Brian Schottenheimer.
Jason, let's just think outside the box. Let's go to fantasy land for a little while. How about Jerry pull off a Nick Caserio move? You draft C.J. Stroud, and then you turn, bam, right around, and you get a Will Anderson Jr. Mm-hmm. How about making some moves where you could get a guy like Banks on the offensive line and then turn right around and maybe pick up your wide receiver, your number 2 wide receiver, or a running back at that point? I would love to see the Cowboys get active in the draft to do something like that. Instead of, we'll wait our turn. We'll just wait right here, see where we go. I mean, do something. Let's go, Jerry. I'm impressed that you've been active. But again, none of these guys, at least on paper, are game changers. Do something in the draft, be aggressive, and let's go.
It's interesting because, again, I can only make my guesses based on what I've seen the Dallas Cowboys do. And I think if the opportunity for something like that was there, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jerry pull that off. Remember when he did that, was it for Mo Claiborne, where they moved up to go grab him?
Yeah.
But the Cowboys like to move back. And in the moment, we've trashed the Cowboys for moves like that. I remember when they moved back to go get Travis Frederick. And then everybody hammered him because, that was a guy with a second-round grade, and they picked him up so late in the first round. It was almost like a second-rounder. That move was pretty damn smart on the part of Jerry Jones. And then with that additional pick, they were able to get some other guys. I would expect if the Cowboys are trading in that first round, it would be something more along those lines than it would be to move up to get, say, an Ashton Genty or somebody along that. Because at 12, you're still going to end up with a solid player. You're still going to end up more than likely with a day one starter, which is what you need. Your first and second round picks should be immediate contributors. And they've been solid in getting that with their first round picks as of late. They haven't really been solid with doing that with their second round picks as of late.
Well, remember, I started this segment by saying we're going to live in fantasy land. I wasn't going to Jerry's realistic. I'm saying, wouldn't it be nice if Jerry would pull off something like that? It would be fantastic. But if this mock draft plays out and the Cowboys draft this Kelvin Banks Jr., I'm going to celebrate that pick because I think it's fantastic. They still, even with what they got, this is a guy that maybe he's not a starter this year, doesn't contribute this year, but this guy could turn into something really special. And I think that would be a hell of a pick. Look, Texas arguably had the best offensive line in the country last year. And Kelvin Banks was the leader of that thing. And this guy can play guard. He can play left tackle. So you've got a guy there that you can really build your offensive line, not just for this year, but for years to come.
All right, so let's say they don't go offensive line. Let's say it's shiny object, and let's get another weapon for Dak Prescott. The McMillan receiver on this mock draft is already off the board. Now, there have been a lot of mocks that have McMillan going to the Cowboys at number 12. But the next receiver off the board in this particular mock draft is Matthew Golden out of Texas. Now, they've got him going pick 18 to Seattle. Speedy guy. Cowboys need a receiver. Seattle needs receivers. But if they were to take a Golden, I don't know that I'd be mad at that either. If they got one of those, it's another version of CeeDee Lamb, if you will. And you need another solid receiver opposite of CeeDee Lamb right now, because right now they've got guys, but I don't know if they have the guy at this point.
Well, I think this guy's a little different than a CeeDee Lamb because, look, CeeDee is he can get open, but this guy can actually break it over the top, which is something I think the Cowboys need, a deep threat like that that can go over the top. And as long as Dak can get him the football, as long as that can happen, I think that's a good move. But I don't know if I would be as happy with that pick as I would with the Banks pick, or even I don't want a running back there.
No, I don't want a running back. I want offense or defensive line.
Look, you got Jalen Walker out of Georgia, the edge rusher there. I wouldn't be upset with that. The pick right after is I don't know how to say his name, Imawari, out of South Carolina, the safety. I mean, something like that I would be okay with. I want to see. I don't want a shiny object with that number one pick.
It's interesting because, I know you were making a joke about Dak's ability to throw the ball downfield, which, But to your point, if Dak doesn't have time to let a receiver get downfield, because we come back to the offensive line.
It's
not about Dak's ability to get the ball downfield. We know he's got the arm strength to do that, but does he have time in the pocket to let a long play like that develop? And that is something that has certainly lacked for the Cowboys, certainly last year.
Well, and Jason, you apply that to the running game too. You can draft all the shiny running backs you want. You don't have that offensive line opening up holes. I don't care how good they are. They ain't going to do it.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at Round Table Pizza, the New Braunfels location here in the New Braunfels Marketplace, here until 6 o'clock tonight. Been watching conference tournament games all afternoon here. The conference tournaments are on. NBA action. You want to have a little bit more fun watching those games? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog. Pick'em game is so much fun to play. You just have to go higher or lower on the predicted stats to win money. And what's great is you can mix college basketball with the NBA, the NHL. You can mix and match all the leagues in one entry to create your own experience. It's just fun. And you can play with as little as $1. Get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Not many places you can turn $1 into 1,000, but you can at Underdog with your hoops knowledge. Millions of fans have already won billions of dollars on Underdog. So download the Underdog app. Sign up with my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code STAR. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Spring break in South Texas isn't complete without a visit to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has free tickets all week long. Listen to the Morning Huddle for your chance to score free passes to the park. It's spring break, fun-filled and action-packed. Don't miss your shot to win from the Morning Huddle and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rox Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rox the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rox has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the InBody 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rox know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit RoxDiscountVitamins.com.
Pizza craving? We've got you covered at Round Table Pizza. We've been crafting pizzas with premium, high-quality ingredients for over 60 years. From our made-from-scratch dough to our savory toppings piled all the way to the edge. Find your nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
Welcome to The Hangar, Petrenko, your go-to spot for mouthwatering wings, ice-cold cocktails, and an unforgettable atmosphere. Come taste some of the best wings in town, served by their friendly staff with even friendlier cocktails. Only at Hangar Petrenko, where great food, drinks, and friends come together.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Guys, let's talk skincare. Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa is here to help. Upgrade your face with a peaches and cream facial. Just $105 this month. You'll glow. Your girl will notice. Call 210-494-8446 or visit findyourbeautiful.com.
Wow! Most cars and trucks can get premium ceramic window film installed by the experts at Mother's Window Tint, starting at just $199. Don't wait. Protect your ride today. Our competitors charge hundreds more, but at Mother's, you get the best quality and value. Call now or visit motherswindowtint.com to schedule your installation. With up to 60 different film options, we've got the perfect fit for every car and budget. Stop by one of our locations and see the difference for yourself. Want to boost your vehicle's security? We've got you covered with advanced systems starting at just $399. Call 210-213-2118 today and ask about our alarm specials. Since 1984, we've been the home of the tint and alarm special. Don't wait. Visit Mother's Window Tint today. Call now or go online to book your service. Your car deserves it. Mother's Window Tint. Since 1984. Call or visit motherswindowtint.com. That's motherswindowtint.com. And remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Ever feel like everything in life is moving at hyperspeed? Slow things down with the all-new Nissan Murano, an unapologetic refuge amidst the daily hustle and bustle. Re-energize with massaging leather-appointed seats to melt away the tension of a busy day. Escape into your favorite music with a Bose premium sound system, or set the vibe with ambient mood lighting. Because sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Check out the all-new Nissan Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof, ambient lighting, and massaging leather-appointed seats are optional features.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by England and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. Swing it!
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels is where we are right now. You know, it's funny, during the break, grumpy-ass Greg Shelton said, you know, I really want to order some of those churros, but I had a salad at lunch. I don't know if I should. I want them, but I don't know if I should get a churro because I had a salad earlier today.
I think you should order the churros for all of us.
I think you should too.
Yeah.
I think you should order the churros.
I totally agree with that.
I mean, you want a churro, you get a churro.
That right?
I mean, that's how it goes.
I mean, it's a free country, right? If you want a churro, you having a craving for a churro, you go and order it.
Well, that's what you should do.
I totally agree with that.
I don't know if he was, trying to make small talk or if he wanted me to talk him out of it. Yeah, Greg, look at you. You don't need a churro. I don't know that a churro is going to make a difference for Greg Shelton. Nobody's going to notice one way or the other. I'm not sure why he would say, I don't know if I should. I want one, but I don't know if I should.
He's the Josh Allen of engineers, right? You're not going to miss that churro. I'm not going to miss $5 million.
It's funny because, Josh Allen would notice a churro, but he wouldn't notice $5 million out of his bank account.
Well, he wouldn't notice that. Now, I would.
He's well, I think all of us listening right now. We would certainly notice that.
Yeah, no question.
But Josh Allen trying to be the I'm such a team guy. I didn't want to get every nickel I could out of those Buffalo Bills.
It didn't seem like, to my perspective, I was taking a whole lot less. But the way that I make sense of it, when you start getting these fairly big numbers throughout the entire league, it's weird to say this, but what's 5 more going to do for my life that I can't already do right now, right? So it's not that crazy to me, right? Like I live a pretty good life. Got a house, got a car, we're good, but I wasn't looking to absolutely kill them in every chance that I could. And I told my agent that I was like, hey, if this has any impact on the cap, let's figure out a way to not do that. So again, both sides were willing to move and change different things, and it was a pretty calm mannered negotiation, is what I can say, at least what I can hear on both sides. So it was good.
There's a lot of reasons to want to be Josh Allen, right? You're a great quarterback in the NFL. You got a beautiful girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is. And then, what's $5 million? Who gives $5 million? That's like, that's petty money.
Yeah, I'm such a team guy. And here's the thing, because obviously it's a comparison to Dak Prescott and his 60. Now, Josh, I didn't have to do that. You've got the most guaranteed money than anybody has ever signed for, Josh Allen. So I don't know how many favors you actually did the Buffalo Bills. In reality, and I'm glad you have a house and a car, you still have to live in Buffalo.
But $5 million, nothing to me. I wouldn't even miss it.
I
want to get there.
You talk about a humble brag. What's $5 million? I
want to be there where $5 million is nothing. I'll never miss that.
I would like to be where I wouldn't miss $5,000, right?
Exactly.
Right. Let's be honest. Most people listening right now, we would miss $5,000. Hell, we'd miss $500.
Yes.
You might not miss 50. You certainly wouldn't miss 5. But in reality, I'm so proud of you, Josh, being a team guy, because in reality, you probably wouldn't even notice at this point $15 million lighter. Right?
I know it.
And that actually could help the team.
Would it be nice? Think about this, and what a great country. You're Josh Allen or any player with guaranteed millions.
Yes.
No matter what happens to you tomorrow, you get hurt, injured in a game, doesn't matter. You got $250 million coming your way.
That's it. You're good. Your kids are good. Your grandkids are good. That's the beauty of professional athletes, is they change the lives for a lot of people when they're at that level. But I don't want to sound, but I wouldn't know. What's $5 million?
$5 million.
It's not going to make a difference.
It's weird to say, what's 5 more going to do for my life that I can't already do right now?
Yeah,
exactly, Josh. You're a hell of a guy.
A hell of a guy.
He's a hell of a guy.
How much was your guarantee? Oh, it was the most, and because that's what all these agents want to do: be able to tell the public, other players out there, look what I did for my client. Highest paid per year, highest guaranteed money. It's like Kevontae Turpin's agent. Kevontae Turpin this week signs a 3-year deal worth, $18 million. Highest ever for a core special teams guy. But only $5 million of that is guaranteed. That same $5 million that's changing Kevontae Turpin's life, Josh Allen wouldn't even notice it.
Hey, throw that in the trash. Come on, hand him $5 million. That's gone.
It's
Forget about it.
What's 5 more going to do for my life that I can't already do right now?
Hell of a guy.
He's just such a team player.
Josh Allen's the man.
He is.
He is the man.
Yeah.
Dude,
but he's got to live in Buffalo.
There's that. If I had to live in Buffalo, I'd have more than one house. I'd have a house there. I'd have houses all over the place. And he should, $250 million. He could have some nice houses all across the country.
I would imagine he probably does somewhere. But, in reality, and when you look at in players at a certain part of their career, especially when they're looking at free agency, where they're going, what are the taxes, what's the housing market like? I mean, while we wait for Aaron Rodgers to make his next decision, on one of his episodes with Pat McAfee, he talked about the difference in, coming from Green Bay, where you can get a really, really nice house for not a lot of money, the cost of real estate where he was living in New York, because it costs so much more money. And those are things that you figure these guys have got to factor in, because at some point they either become smart business people or they have smart business people around them. So, location does matter, but not necessarily just for sunshine, right? Because otherwise everybody'd be living in Miami if it was all lifestyle. But the money that he is spending to live in Buffalo probably goes a lot farther than if he were living in New York City.
Well, I'm sure that's the case, but it is still New York, right? The taxes are pretty high there. Look, at Buffalo, I've never been to Buffalo, so I don't know. I know it's very cold, or it looks that way anyway. And that would be one reason why I wouldn't want to live there or play there for that matter. So I just think Josh is a nice guy. I mean, he's a hell of a nice guy. He didn't want to take the spotlight away from Dak Prescott.
Well,
what a guy.
No, what he did is he just kicked Dak Prescott in the nuts. A comment like that, because Dak is now taking strays. Dak is trying to enjoy his vacation in the Bahamas. He's getting heckled by a bachelorette party from Philadelphia, and then he's going to see this from Josh Allen like, I didn't need that. What is $5 million?
What's $5 more going to do for my life?
I mean, Dak could have taken 56 to be the highest paid guy, but he went all the way to 60. And, and Josh said, no, I don't need that. I haven't won a Super Bowl either, so I shouldn't get paid more than that Prescott guy. Let's use $5 million to help this offense with somebody else.
Well, Josh has been an MVP, so there is that difference. But I regress or digress. What is the?
Yeah, you've been regressing for a long time, my friend.
I'm just saying. Look, there are guys. That I don't know. Josh is never going to have to worry about it. And unfortunately for he and Lamar Jackson, they were just born in the wrong time, because there was a dude named Patrick Mahomes that was born at the same time or around the same time that is keeping them down. So there's that. And it's probably going to always be that way for those two guys, unfortunately.
Well, and that's the way it rolls. I mean, it is interesting. Now, you look at Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, God. Do we have to?
Well, yes, you do.
Rodgers.
Well, and again, Aaron Rodgers topics are always fun on the Blitz, because Reinigle loses his mind like he was eating 3 churros at one time. And a lot of people on YouTube, Greg Shelton said, do it. Go get the churro.
I wish we had a churro, Greg. I mean, I'm just saying, you could be nice to all of us. You'd be, again, the Josh Allen of engineers.
Yes. I mean, what's 5 more churros? I mean, we wouldn't notice it.
We wouldn't notice that. Not at all.
And you mixed in a salad today, so you can
splurge.
You can have that churro. So Aaron Rodgers is hanging out in Malibu, trying to figure out where is his next destination. And all signs really do point to Pittsburgh. Although the fact that he doesn't have a deal yet, does that make you think Pittsburgh is either putting in some major ground rules, or they're really not sure about bringing in a guy like Aaron Rodgers? Now, I saw a report that Russell Wilson has left Cleveland. So whether he got an offer or not, we don't know if he's accepted it. He's scheduled to visit with the New York Giants tomorrow. There was speculation that if Cleveland made the right offer, he wouldn't get out of that building. If they wanted him, he wouldn't get out of that building. Idea still is, are they going to draft a quarterback high? Will they draft a quarterback high, and who? But Russell Wilson looks to be the fallback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if he gets a job, then are they stuck with Aaron Rodgers? Because they did re-sign Mason Rudolph, but we already know Mason Rudolph is not the answer for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, Mason Rudolph is not. I thought at one point in his career he might be, but he's not. But I'm not. But Aaron Rodgers isn't either. And I don't, unless you're Pittsburgh and you think you have a team right now that can win a Super Bowl, and all you're missing is a quarterback, that would be the only reason to even consider that, simply because Aaron Rodgers is a cancer. The guy just blows up everything. He's got to have it his own way. He's a diva. He's all of those things. I can't imagine that Mike Tomlin wants to put up with that kind of crap, honestly. And I just don't I don't understand if that's what Pittsburgh is doing. Number one, if Pittsburgh wants this guy and he's still sitting on a beach in Malibu and ignoring them, then how about birds up to Aaron Rodgers if I'm Pittsburgh?
Well, I mean, have they sent the plane yet to get him?
No.
Is his agent doing all the work? I mean, the photos of Aaron Rodgers that surfaced today, melodramatic. He's on the beach in Malibu. He's got like this massive towel or some sort of robe around his shoulders. He's listening to music with wired headphones because he's old. Hat is on backwards, but he's on the beach in Malibu, kind of a grainy photo. So either at sunset or maybe early in the morning. Either way, I mean, you know, it's cold there in California, so he's got the blankie around him, and you know, he's on the beach thinking about his future. I'm in Malibu right now, but I could be in Pittsburgh. But then again, he spent a lot of time in Green Bay. It is interesting. And again, if you're Pittsburgh right now, you're a quarterback away. Is it worth the gamble for Aaron Rodgers for a year?
To me, no. You know my feeling on it. It's not. Now, where do they go from here? That remains to be seen, and who's available and what do you do? But Aaron Rodgers is not the answer. He's certainly not the answer long term. So if you're Pittsburgh, either way, you've got to address your quarterback situation. You get Rodgers for a year, one. So you got to figure out what are you going to do after he leaves? Because after he leaves, then you got to figure it out. And right now they don't have it figured out. And so they're in trouble. Unless good old Russell Wilson flies in to save the day. And I'm sure Steeler fans would be thrilled with that.
Well, and again, while Aaron Rodgers is in Malibu, which is nowhere near Pittsburgh, multiple reports are saying that the Steelers did make a sizable offer. He also has an offer from the New York Giants. They have made their pitch, and as it's written here in this article, they've decided to give Rodgers his space while he makes his decision.
Jeez.
And you know, so you wonder if that's accurate. Now they're just waiting for Aaron Rodgers to decide. In the meantime, Russell Wilson has visited with Cleveland, has left Cleveland, scheduled to meet with the Giants tomorrow. I mean, if your options are Rodgers or Wilson, I guess you're in no hurry. You're not going to say, well, Russ is ready to sign. We haven't heard back from Aaron, so let's go ahead. I mean, if those are your two best options, and granted, they are the best available quarterbacks, unless you make some sort of trade. But free agent quarterbacks, those two are the best. Aaron better than Russell. He would top the list, obviously. But if Pittsburgh has made the offer and it's sizable and the Giants have made an offer, if I'm deciding between the Giants, who have no offensive line, but they do have a Malik Neighbors, or Pittsburgh that has a great defense, they've got now Metcalf and Pickens and a decent offensive line, that's a no-brainer. You're going to go play for Mike Tomlin if you're Aaron Rodgers. What the hell are you waiting for in your decision-making process?
That's what I mean. Unless you're Aaron Rodgers and you're just a bum. I mean, honestly, because you just want to make these guys sweat or whatever the hell it is you're doing. That is so typical Aaron Rodgers. That's why there are words that I can't say on the radio that I would like to use to describe that guy, and I can't. And it's really bugging me. So I'm going to have to stick with bum because he's a bum. And what I can't believe is that these teams are kissing his hiney the way that they are, and they shouldn't be. It's unbelievable to me. Mike Tomlin, you're better than that.
Mike Tomlin. I think he's probably one coach that could rein him in for a year.
Yeah, I doubt it.
We will see.
You're smarter than that, Mike Tomlin. I got way too much respect for you to stoop to an Aaron Rodgers.
You know, smart people that are desperate do desperate things.
I guess.
And they are desperate to find a quarterback. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, talking about Josh Allen not missing $5 million. He wouldn't even notice it if that were the case. I think you would put that in the category of a professional, humble update. And when you're scrolling social media, you see things like that. Bad news, worse comments, hot takes, people in their picture-perfect families. It's hard not to get wrapped up in how everyone else is doing. But imagine how you would feel if you spent just 45 minutes focused on how you are doing. At Cerebral, they make it easier than ever to access dedicated therapists and doctor-prescribed medication that is personalized to you. The best part, Cerebral offers in-network care so you can focus on feeling better without worrying about the cost. In fact, 72% of people say they felt better in just 12 weeks. Cerebral.com is the website, and it's time for you to make time for your own mental health. Sometimes you got to talk to somebody about managing stress or anxiety, navigating a life transition, dealing with sleep, relationship issues. Cerebral makes mental health care easy, accessible, and more affordable, and they work with insurance plans. Whether you need therapy, psychiatric care, or both, Cerebral allows you to do this from the comfort of your home. Cerebral is proud to be an official sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs. Just like athletes prioritize their physical health, mental health is just as important. And Cerebral is here to help you build a strong foundation for your overall well-being. Take that first step today. Visit Cerebral.com to see how affordable and accessible mental health care can be with insurance. Cerebral. Make time for Mind Time.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
Here's what's going on in the Wolfpack.
Bobo, we appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Gigi doesn't. She said,
You
left me hanging, but whatever. I still love you. And I was there first.
She's talking about the show meeting you had yesterday. She's the only one that showed up.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, guys, I'm 3 minutes early.
Right.
What the heck?
That was 50-1 odds in Vegas.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest ever, spanning 2 days. Sunday, March 16th, it's a crawfish boil, all you can eat for $10. Then on St. Patrick's Day, Monday, it's a block party. The green beer will be flowing with live music starting at 2 with Irish Goodbye. Finding Friday takes the stage at 5. DJs inside both the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant. Plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. Findyourbeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
Calling all flag football fans, HEB and the Dallas Cowboys are hosting the first annual Dallas Cowboys Flag Football Classic presented by HEB. On March 16th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., head to the Star Soccer Complex in San Antonio to watch local youth flag football teams take the field, hang with Rowdy at the Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame trailer, and more. For more details, visit dallascowboys.com/HEB flag today.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is going down to the wire in the SEC tournament. Texas taking on Texas A&M with 1:15 left. 69-68, the Texas Longhorns with the lead. Presumptive number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg of the number 1 ranked Duke Blue Devils rolled his ankle in their opening game of the ACC tournament. He is not expected back for the remainder of that tournament, and he's in question for the beginning of the NCAA tournament.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We're up in New Braunfels at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels, in the New Braunfels Market Shopping Center. Great place, great pizza. They have beer. And we've got basketball on. So come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza, because in about 55 minutes, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll show this card. Somebody's going to win this. It's free pizza for a year.
For a year?
For a year.
A whole year?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I'm ready to give that away. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
It is. So for a year, you get this card.
So come on and see us. You got some time to get in here and register.
Absolutely. Now, we're doing this one here until 6 o'clock. And here at the New Braunfels location, they've got the big car show happening on Sunday night, which sounds like a lot of fun. And they've got great specials all weekend long. Today through Sunday, buy any large or extra large pizza, you get 6 garlic twists absolutely free. And, of course, the big car show coming up Sunday night at 7 o'clock here at the Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels and the New Braunfels Market Shopping Center.
Come on out and do that. I know Greg Shelton still wants those churros. I wish he'd take care of everybody, but he's just sitting there, so it's okay.
You know what Shelton's going to do? It's 6 o'clock. He's going to order them, and it gives him something to eat on his way home.
On the way home?
Yeah, that's his dinner tonight. You know,
that's what he's going to do, right? That's exactly what he's going to do.
I want some churros. I shouldn't have one. I had a salad for lunch, but he needs dinner.
Right.
He's going to have churros for dinner.
Well, he probably will.
Now, tomorrow, we're going to be live at the Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. Now, tomorrow during the show, 2 to 6, buy one pizza, get one pizza free. Any size pizza. So you bring in a buddy for lunch, you want to do the personal deal, you can do that tomorrow. Buy one, get one free. Get an extra large, you could do that. Dine in or carry out. Also tomorrow, we're giving away pizza for a year again tomorrow.
Wow.
From the Stone Oak location. So start your Friday with us tomorrow at Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. Of course, if you're in the area, come on by and see us. If you're in San Marcos, drive down 35 South. If you're around 3009, somewhere along the area, hell, here in New Braunfels, come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza. Talking about college basketball and going down to the wire, you know, so far, no real upsets early on in the conference tournaments. Now, Duke was losing big earlier to Georgia Tech, but they come back, they get the win 78-70, but they did lose Cooper Flagg for the rest of this tournament and maybe into the NCAA. He turned his ankle. Now, I don't give a damn about Duke, but Spurs are doing their best to get into the lottery. Cooper Flagg could be a Spur, and I want to make sure his ankle is okay in case he is a San Antonio Spur.
You know, you come into Round Table Pizza right now, you're going to meet a rock star.
Who?
Where'd he go? What happened?
Oh.
He's a bass player.
Yeah, exactly. So you said rock star. Good friend Aaron Smith from the band Kingdom Collapse just finished their tour. But see, when you're in a band and you can win free pizza for a year, you're going to go do that.
Right? Damn right you are.
Exactly, you're going to go do that.
Hey, this one is going down to the wire. They're under a minute now. The Aggies with a 1-point lead over the Texas Longhorns, 71-70. This is going to come right down to it, man. This is exciting.
And the reality is the Longhorns just take the lead. I think A&M was like a 6.5, 7.5 point favorite, depending on where you're looking. This would be the first upset of the tournament so far. Colorado gave Houston a interesting game today, but the Cougars end up winning 77-68 on that ridiculous-looking floor that they have at the Big 12 tournament. BYU and Iowa State, 96-92 was the final in that one. Marquette beat Xavier 89-87. I mean, there are some ridiculously high-scoring games so far in the tournament. Wisconsin beat Northwestern 70-63. Oregon over Indiana in a blowout. St. John's blew out Butler. Those are the games that have already finished. But, you know, so far, early on conference tournaments going chalks amongst the Power Five of games that we've seen so far today.
I just love college basketball this time of year, the conference tournaments, and then next week the NCAA tournament begins. And this is just a lot of fun. I love this because every bucket, and you see these guys playing today, and it's just, you know, you forget about NIL at this point in time, transfer portal, all of that. Now it's just all about competing and winning, and especially when you've got a Texas and a Texas A&M who they just don't like each other.
They don't
at all.
I had no idea.
And so they all want to beat each other. But this is going to come down to the wire. Texas with a 2-point lead right now with 38 seconds left in this ball game,
which could take another 15 minutes to play. When you look at the college hoops tonight, 6 o'clock, you got Baylor and Texas Tech. That one should be a really, really fun game. The other one, well, there's a couple tonight that I'm interested in. Missouri and Mississippi State and Oklahoma, Kentucky. I mean, tonight's going to be one of those fun games where you're just bouncing around, or fun nights where you're just bouncing around on the television.
You know, on our YouTube page, Jacob Eric, you know, just a smart guy. I'm convinced of it. And I agree completely with him. You know, he says it's great seeing teams run plays and actually make 2-point baskets. Drive to the basket and actually lay the ball up and in, get fouled, and did a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. This is how basketball is supposed to be played, right? I mean, 63s by a team is ridiculous.
Well, that's what Boston did last night.
No, I totally agree with that, and that's what I'm talking about. These guys actually run plays. Imagine that.
Exactly.
They don't just dribble up, cross half court, put up a shot.
All right, well, let's see if Texas is going to play for the final shot. They're going to take a timeout. A&M misses a free throw, so it's tied at 73. We'll keep you posted. Coming up here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let us tell you about M-Sculpt Neo with Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa. M-Sculpt Neo is a non-invasive muscle-building, fat-burning procedure, no downtime. It's like 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. But really, you just lay down there and let the machine do the work. When I was doing it, I took a nap every time.
Every single time I would doze off. And Minix and I did the stomach area, which we needed the most help in, and it really helped us. It did, but it doesn't have to be that. If you're having trouble toning your arms or your legs or even your old hiney, they can take care of that for you as well. And look, you can do this. It only takes 30 minutes. And so you go on a lunch break, you go before work, go after work, whatever the case may be, you can get this thing done and get ready for the pool season or whatever it is. Dr. Connie Hires can help you take care of it.
Yeah, she certainly can. And not just M-Sculpt Neo, which is what we've done, but so many other procedures that she is able to do there, especially if the lady in your life has been talking about getting a mommy makeover before bikini season gets here. This month, the Blitz special, $2,000 off of a mommy makeover, $1,000 off of a tummy tuck. Just make sure that if you're making the call or she's making the call, that you do ask for the Blitz special.
Absolutely. Go see Dr. Connie Hires and her staff at Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa. All you have to do is give them a call, 210-494-8446, or visit them at findyourbeautiful.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all of the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swim with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Rox Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rox the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rox has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rox know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit RoxDiscountVitamins.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at CircaLasVegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21. Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. With over a decade of TRT experience, book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jay Simonix, live at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Come by and see us in about 40 minutes or so. We're going to have that drawing and give away free pizza for a year from Round Table Pizza. Texas A&M now in overtime in the SEC tournament. Aggies with a 2-point lead, 75-73. They were tied at 73 at the end of regulation. Overtime just started. We will keep you posted. Right now, though, it's time to talk to the general. John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Such an interesting start to the free agent period, John, and the league year. Nick Caserio doing everything he can to overhaul the offensive line, and now we're hearing that it was a toxic offensive line room. Just how bad was that offensive line room?
Oh, give me a bleeping break. I never heard that. Albert Breer threw that out there. No elaboration, nothing else. It's amazing when a guy leaves, all of a sudden things will leak out about him. He's talking about Tunsil. Did a toxic locker room keep them from picking up stunts? Did it make the interior linemen get beat at the point of attack immediately? I never heard anything like that. And it seems to me like they're trying to make an excuse about why they traded their best pass protector, when to me it's much more simple. But that thing about toxic, that's BS.
Well, I tell you, John, either way, BS or not, I love what the Texans have done. They were very disappointed with that offensive line. They just got rid of them and starting over. And I don't think I've ever seen an NFL team do anything like that.
Well, the one thing that you can see, Joe, is Laramie Tunsil, they gave up 2 1s and a 2, and there were a few tomato cans thrown in there, both sides with them in Miami. But Bill O'Brien way overpaid for Tunsil. But on the other hand, he solidified left tackle as a pass protector. He's a mediocre run blocker. And 2 times they did extensions with him. Both times he was the highest paid lineman in NFL history. Well, he's got this year and next year. He'll be 31 this season. He wanted another big contract, and they weren't going to do it. They got to worry about young guys like at some point, I think before training camp starts, we'll see Derek Stingley Jr. surpass J.C. Horn and be the highest paid defensive back in history. And then I think next year they will sign at least C.J. Stroud to an extension, maybe Will Anderson Jr. after their third years, because they know the sooner you do it, the cheaper it's going to be, even though it's still going to be a hell of a lot of money. So they can't afford right now to be given record. They can afford to make Laramie Tunsil highest paid offensive tackle lineman for a third time. So what this means is there's a lot of people saying, well, they moved Titus Howard to left tackle. He can play right tackle, and that's his regular position. He played better at guard than he did at tackle. So they used a second-round pick last year on Blake Fisher, offensive tackle from Notre Dame. He'll be one of those tackles. I'm guessing he'll be the left. I think they'll draft an offensive tackle. They have the 25th pick. For some reason, Kelvin Banks Jr. from the Longhorns, who for the longest time was supposed to be the first tackle taken, his stock has dropped because at the combine, he was not as tall. He's 6'4". He ran a 5.1 something, used to, 5.1 for a offensive lineman was great, and his arms are too short, and that just kills me. So Will Campbell, the other best offensive lineman from LSU, supposedly their stock will fall, and I'm hoping when they get around 20, all these draft choices Nick Caserio's been compiling, he'll throw one in there to move up and get a Kelvin Banks Jr. or Will Campbell.
Although there's a mock draft today on CBS that has Banks going to the Cowboys at number 12. Mock draft season, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Now, John, the Texans did trade today for guard Ed Ingram from the Minnesota Vikings. Is he going to come in and be a starter, compete for a starting job, or is that just Nick Caserio going, we've got to do something at offensive line? Because my first thought with the Laramie Tunsil trade was, that's bold. What is the next part of it? The domino effect of trading away a guy like Tunsil.
They signed Laken Tomlinson, who's 33 years old, whose claim to fame is since he became a starter 7 years ago, he's missed one game. But he hadn't played as well the last 2 years as he did 3 years ago when he was voted into the Pro Bowl. And then Ed Ingram, a second-round pick in 22, and I'm guessing they liked him in 22. He was a regular starter in 22, 23, started 9 games last year and got benched by the Vikings. So they must think that the combination of Nick Caley's system and new line coach Cole Popovich, who was here as a number 2 guy this past season, and that's still a big mystery to me, how he's still around, that somehow he must have liked Ed Ingram when he came out of college. They also have Juice Scruggs, who was a disappointment at center, but played well at right guard. And they made a huge mistake when Shaq Mason, who they cut at right guard because he gave up 10.5 sacks, didn't play worth a darn. He came back from an injury, and they played him against the Chiefs instead of Scruggs, who played better. Boom! He helped them give up 8 sacks in that 9-point loss at Arrowhead Stadium. So people here are happy because they know how bad the offensive line was and the effect that it had on C.J. Stroud. And people here are happy that Tunsil's gone. And I think that's too bad because he led the league in penalties with 19. He had 13 false starts. And he was at a point where every time he'd have a false start at home, people blew the hell out of it. He could hold or something like that, personal foul, they didn't care. They just got so tired of him committing false starts.
Well, John, and the other thing is Kenyon Green gone, traded to the Eagles for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. To me, that's a huge trade and a huge win for the Texans.
I'm wondering, Joe, that was so lopsided. And we're talking about the Eagles. We're talking about their GM, Howie Roseman. Yeah, he makes mistakes every once in a while, but most of the time he doesn't. Now, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's 27. Last season for the Super Bowl champion, he had 6 interceptions. And they're giving him for Kenyon Green, who to me is the biggest bust in Texans history. First-round pick 3 years ago, and it was terrible. Now, he should be so happy because he's going to the Super Bowl winner, but he's going to play for the best offensive line coach in the NFL. And last year, they took Mekhi Becton. Becton had bombed out with the Jets as a first-round tackle. They move him to right guard. Stoutland turns him into a starter. So they're hoping that can happen with Kenyon Green. But right now, getting another safety to go with Kalen Bullock and Jimmy Ward, assuming Jalen Petrie is still going to be the nickel corner. That's secondary right now with Derek Stingley Jr., Kamari Lassiter, and Kalen Bullock, along with Petrie and Ward and Johnson Gardner. It's got a chance to be one of the best. Their defense, to me, is a Super Bowl caliber defense. The key is they've got to fix the offensive line. Even if it doesn't work, at least they're trying. I think Christian Kirk to get him in there is a good deal. They've watched him score touchdowns against them every time since he got to Jacksonville. And I like the move they made for the receiver from Kansas City, Watson, who came off the bench and had playing with Patrick Mahomes last season. He averaged 17 yards a catch. So Braxton Berrios, who was a free agent, they signed him, and all we talked about was his girlfriend, Instagram model Alexis. Can't remember her last name now. We're just hoping he makes it through camp, so she'll be out there at training camp every day.
Priorities.
Yes.
The General, John McClain, joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, covering the league for 49 years. And you think about, obviously, what the Texans are doing. You look across the state, the Dallas Cowboys, very active in free agency. Selectively aggressive was the term that Steven said they were going to make. And apparently, if at one point you were a first-round pick, Dallas wants you. At least that's what they've done. What do you make of the overall moves that Dallas has made so far?
One of the reasons I like to go to Gallery Furniture every Tuesday and shoot my weekly video with Mattress Mac about what's going on in Houston and Texas sports. He's got a lot of Cowboy fans that work for him. And I stop and talk to several of them, and they're really frustrated about what the Cowboys are doing, taking these guys that were highly thought of at one point and now are not. But if you get enough of them, then the law of averages mean you might hit on a couple of them. And because that's the thing, when they made that deal for Trey Lance for a 4th-round pick, I remember thinking, well, if Kyle Shanahan can't make him into a quarterback, and thank goodness the 49ers get Brock Purdy, or that'd go down as one of the worst decisions in history. And I remember Stephen Jones saying, well, when he was in college, we had a high grade on him. We liked what he did. And I'm thinking, okay, he played one game as a junior, the first one. They played it so scouts could come watch him. Then they ended their season because of the COVID-19. And so at what point were they fired up about him? That had been like 5 years before he was talking about. And I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of water under the bridge. And of course, it didn't work out. But let me ask you guys something. I look at this. I watched Cooper Rush play last year. You know, he played against the Texans. I remember, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, he played for Prescott, was 4-1, something like that. He always looks to me like a pretty good backup quarterback, and yet nobody ever talks about him when they're talking about backup quarterbacks and opportunities. What do y'all think about him as a good quality backup quarterback somebody ought to sign?
Well, that's exactly what he is. Real quick, Texas, they get a dunk with 4 seconds left. A&M misses at the buzzer, going to double overtime between Texas and Texas A&M. And, thoughts on Cooper Rush, and I've said it for years, he is a quality, game-ready backup quarterback. Probably never going to be a regular starter. Nobody's ever going to sign him as a starter. Quite frankly, I'm surprised he's still available because the Cowboys still need to go find a backup quarterback. But at his age, maybe his veteran minimum is too high, but he'll probably end up back in Dallas for the minimum, and hopefully we don't see him on the field. But if you do, at least Cowboy fans know that if you're going to your backup, you still have a chance. If Cooper Rush is your backup quarterback.
I agree 100%. I've always liked what he done. He's rough and ready, and that's what you want as a backup. I'm surprised another team hadn't gone up there with a little money and signed him as a backup, like the Texans did with Davis Mills. Hell, I'd rather have Cooper Rush than Davis Mills as a backup.
All right, John, I've got to ask you a question because it's really a spur under my saddle.
Here we go.
Aaron Rodgers seems to be holding the Pittsburgh Steelers hostage, and the New York Giants for that matter. What are your thoughts on that bum?
Joe, you got a problem with him walking on the beach in Australia with a blanket around his little white shoulders and his baseball cap on backwards in deep thought. Down under.
He does.
Yeah, I think everybody else does too. I'll say this about Rodgers. I don't know why he would consider the Giants They're terrible. They have a terrible offensive line, a mediocre running game, and a coach and GM probably going to get fired after this season, where he could go to Mike Tomlin and know that he's going to play for a team that's going to have a winning record. And if you got a winning record, you're competing for the playoffs. And he's made over $300 million. I don't know why he didn't tell his agent, tell him to give me whatever they want to give me and get his butt in Pittsburgh. Maybe they're insisting he not do the Pat McAfee show and he's holding out.
Well, that guy, he was a great player at one time. Now he's not. And he's just
not so much.
Not so much. So I don't know, John. He bugs me. I'll just leave it at that.
I think that's a great way to put it. He bugs a lot of people. And I think, Joe, he likes bugging people. He likes that attention to know he's bugging people for whatever reason.
Well, if you're Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, you've got a great roster. You just don't have a quarterback. Is it worth rolling the dice that this could either finally get you a playoff win, because we know it's Mike Tomlin, they will go to the playoffs, it's in the contract, or it's going to be just a complete dumpster fire? Is he worth the risk, especially when your option is, do we bring back Russell Wilson?
Well, I mean, that right there, they don't want Russell Wilson. He's destined for his fourth team in 4 years. I mean, they re-signed, what's his name, the Oklahoma State quarterback who was
Mason
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Mason Rudolph, and I know that got everybody fired up. And, if you look at his stats, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, they look pretty good. But the fact is, when you analyze how he played, he didn't play well at the right times. He's not, at this point, doesn't seem to be a good teammate. Remember when he showed up receiver Mike Williams for running a wrong route, histrionics on the field, and he needs to be all in because he needs to be in there an off-season program, even though it's not mandatory. And he damn sure needs to be at the mandatory minicamp instead of going off to Egypt. He needs to be all in when it comes to the culture and show them I'm serious about winning again and restoring my reputation for the black and gold, and those fans will love it.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for the dumpster fire, but
it's good for the show.
Exactly. Sometimes, John, and you've covered the league for almost 50 years, you see things and you just say, well, that's stupid. But I know it's just the formalities of the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys released Zach Martin today with a failed physical designation as a post-June 1 designation. Well, why do they have to do that? We know the man retired, but just to see that just is like, well, that's stupid.
Well, it is stupid, but I think it's a technical issue. You don't have to fail a guy on his physical to cut him as a June 1st designation. It just doesn't make sense. And I wonder, as they get closer to the season and he gets healthy, because there's offensive linemen that play into the 35, 36. Look at Kevin Zeitler, just signed 1 year, $9 million. He'll be 36 next season. Now, it seems to me Zach Martin's too good to retire. And the reason he's retired probably is because he's beat up physically and he's frustrated mentally with the Cowboys' inability to put a team together that is competing for the playoffs again.
No doubt about
Amen.
that. Make sure you follow the General on Twitter at McLean_on_NFL. John, always appreciate your time. We'll visit next Thursday.
Guys, thank you very much. Hook 'em and gig 'em.
Yeah, well, just hook them over
Hook 'em
here.
and
John McLean, like all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. The Longhorns leading the Aggies in double overtime, 84-83, 2:29 to play in that one. About, 25 minutes or so to come hang out with us here at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels.
And if you don't happen to make it here to Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels, you can join us at Round Table Pizza Stone Oak tomorrow. That's where the Blitz will be from 2 to 6. And they're going to make it worth your while. Not only are we going to give away pizza for a year again, if you come in and you buy a pizza of any size, you're going to get a pizza for free. That's a heck of a deal. You buy one, you get a second one for free. Also come in, that pizza for a year, and you don't want to miss out because they got a limited time deal that they're starting tomorrow. Friday through Sunday, when you buy a large or extra large pizza, you're going to get 6 garlic twists absolutely free. Look, Round Table Pizza is the perfect place for a family dinner, game night, a weekend get-together, whatever it is. Round Table Pizza should be your go-to pizza shop. You don't want to miss out because all the offers that I just talked about are for a limited time and only for dine-in or carry out. Okay, so Round Table Pizza. We're here in New Braunfels today. We're going to be at Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak tomorrow. Again, the Blitz will broadcast live beginning at 2 o'clock. But get out there for lunch. Minix and I will be out there for lunch. Come have lunch with us. Grumpy Greg Shelton will be out there as well for lunch. So come join us at the Round Table Pizza tomorrow, the Stone Oak location. Be there and get your weekend started with us.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, it is basketball through and through with a lot of free agency thrown in from the NFL. Spurs taking on the Hornets because they start a win streak.
And Texas A&M, we'll talk about that game and who's going to go forward in the SEC. Also, take a look at all the madness before Selection Sunday. Don't be late. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do you ever scroll through social media only to find yourself bombarded by bad news, hot takes, picture-perfect families, and yet another humbling professional update? It's hard not to get wrapped up in how everyone else is doing, but imagine how you would feel if you spent 45 minutes focused on how you are doing. At Cerebral, they make it easier than ever to access dedicated therapists and doctor-prescribed medication personalized to you. The best part, Cerebral offers in-network care so you can focus on feeling better without worrying about the cost. In fact, 72% of people say they felt better in just 12 weeks. Cerebral makes mental health care easy, accessible, and more affordable. Cerebral is proud to be an official sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs, and just like athletes prioritize their physical health, mental health is just as important, and Cerebral is here to help you build a strong foundation on your overall well-being. Take that first step today. Go to Cerebral.com to see how affordable and accessible mental health care can be with insurance. Cerebral, make time for Mind Time.
Welcome to The Hangar, Petrenko, your go-to spot for mouthwatering wings, ice-cold cocktails, and an unforgettable atmosphere. Come taste some of the best wings in town, served by their friendly staff with even friendlier cocktails. Only at Hangar Petrenko, where great food, drinks, and friends come together.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN+. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. FindYourBeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels, and we have some breaking news. No surprise. The Spurs just announced De'Aaron Fox will undergo surgery to repair the extensor tendon in his left fifth finger. He'll miss the rest of the season.
That's the pinky finger, in case you didn't know. That's the pinky one.
The left fifth finger.
Yeah, the fifth finger's the pinky, just in case you're wondering.
Well, what if you count the other way?
Oh, I'm just saying that.
We call that a thumb.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it.
Well, you'd call it a thumb.
Look, we've been talking about this for a week. We all knew that he was going up to L.A. to see a doctor there about this. The Spurs play there on Monday night. And De'Aaron's just going to stay there and have that surgery. It's the perfect thing for him to do. He'll get it taken care of, and then should be back healthy and ready to go for training camp.
Yeah, surgery is actually scheduled for Tuesday in Los Angeles. I'm glad they write this. Fox is expected to make a full recovery.
Well,
and be ready to start next season.
The dude's been playing with this thing for weeks?
Yes.
And played a hell of a game last night. But this is the right thing to do. And again, not a surprise that this is going to happen. Glad that he's going to get it taken care of and be ready, because the Spurs are going to go out this offseason, Jason, and get him a lot of help.
Yes, they are.
They're going to, right?
Well, and look, I mean, we've talked about that. He mentioned it the other day. He was going to see a specialist when they were in LA on Monday. I'm surprised they're not having surgery Monday, but it's scheduled for Tuesday morning. Last night was his last game. 32 points. He was incredible last night. 12 of 25 shooting, 9 rebounds, had 11 assists, almost a triple-double for him in his last game of this year. But it's also a signal that, dude, we are doing everything we can at this point to ensure we're in the lottery. We saw Cooper Flagg sprain an ankle today. We got to make sure he's healthy and ready to go, and make sure Fox is ready to go. Why wait for the offseason? Because they suck. They're not going to the playoffs. Just get it done now.
Well, they weren't going to the playoffs whether Fox is out or not. It makes no difference whether he plays or not. So that really has nothing to do with it, but they know they weren't going anywhere, so you might as well get Fox taken care of sooner rather than later. It's the right thing to do for De'Aaron Fox. It's the right thing to do for the Spurs. So, there was never a question. This team, even with a healthy Wemby, would have had a hard time getting to the play-in tournament. So, right thing to do.
Very much.
But there's no tank here, and anybody that thinks they're tanking,
well,
because otherwise, if they weren't tanking, they could win it all.
Nobody said that.
Everybody's saying that. If that's tank, it's a full tank. No, it's not. They're not good enough to win.
All right, they're not good enough to win, but now they're not even trying to win, which is tanking, right?
Tanking.
Dude, well, how do you define tanking?
Well, dude, they're not good enough to win. It doesn't matter whether Fox is there or not.
But they were trying. Whether they were good enough or not, they were trying.
Well, they're still going to be trying.
No, they're not.
Oh, so the players that are left aren't going to be trying to win.
Well, no, I mean they got to go play for tape for their next team.
Exactly. Look, it was not. They're just not a good basketball team.
No.
Period.
No.
You don't have to tank if you suck anyway. I mean, right? You're just going to lose anyhow.
All right.
I mean, you're lucky to split with Dallas. Dallas, for goodness sake, who is trying to tank.
I mean, they just like 8 players. But the reality is, the effort to get to the postseason is officially done. I mean, because you've watched this team play. Defensively, they suck. Offensively, they're really good. The way they have played as of late, they're trying to win at least offensively. They suck at defense. So even if they get a lead, they've been blowing it. Now they're saying, okay, well, let's take our Wemby, our best player, is out. Our second best player is De'Aaron Fox. He just got here, but let's get that pinky taken care of. Even though he's played well with that issue, but it's not slowed his game down. But because it's their effort of saying we don't want to trip into the play-in and accidentally play our way out of the lottery.
Boy, you guys have a lot of confidence in this team tripping into anything.
Well, no,
they're 5.5 games out of the play-in. There's 20 games left?
Uh-huh.
There's no way.
No.
They're not going on a 20-game win streak.
Hey, can we get more breaking news?
Goodness gracious.
The Texas Longhorns in double overtime have knocked off the Texas A&M Aggies 94-89. The final score there at the SEC tournament.
Congrats to Texas. They'll move on. Hey, look, every win that they get, they were a bubble team heading into this tournament. So every win that they get gets them closer to a spot in the NCAA tournament.
Aggies favored by 6.5 most places in this game. They were expected to roll Texas. It's a huge win for Rodney Terry. This way, maybe a stretch to say it this way, but this might save his job.
It could.
You get a tournament win, but you beat those guys, you got to come back next year.
That's all that matters, right? Beat A&M or Oklahoma, and you got a notch in your belt. There's no doubt about that. So congrats. This is a hell of a game today.
Double overtime. Fun game. First big upset. A 13 seed knocking off the Texas A&M Aggies, who were the 5th seed. Let's give away some tickets to go see Russell Howard, the comedian. It's going to be at the Aztec Theater March 19th. You want a pair of tickets? Be caller number, in honor of the Longhorns and the 13th seed, caller 13. Those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 13, you're going to go see Russell Howard at the Aztec Theater. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
Time for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can see their entire calendar, get your tickets, the menu, everything is there. They got Rebel Angels on stage tonight. Tomorrow night, a solo show with Bob Schneider. Ian Moore on Saturday. The John Cortez Band on Sunday. Planning ahead next Wednesday, a Dave Matthews tribute band is going to be on stage there at Sam's Burger Joint.
Another solid lineup at Sam's Burger Joint, no doubt. Hey, tonight, if you're looking for something to do, the Deftones are at the Frost Bank Center tonight.
Hell of a show.
Yeah, Roger Krieger is at Green Hall tonight. Dancing with the Stars at the Majestic Theater. That ought to be a lot of fun. You got the Brontex Theater, 2 Tons of Steel, Buddy Holly Tribute, and Vibes Underground as Kane Hill. You know who that is, don't you?
No.
No, okay.
Friday night, Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar, the Medical Center location. They've got Panic Prone, a Chevelle tribute band, with At the Wrist, a tribute to Smashing Pumpkins. Spurs and Hornets tomorrow night at the Crossbank Center. Roger Krager is at Green Hall on Friday. Treaty Oak Revival at Floors Country Store. The Majestic Theater has Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in concert. Somehow I think Pledge will end up at that show. Boeing Center at Techport has Tito Double P, Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn?
Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, I thought they only played rodeos, but they're playing at the Moody Center.
The Neon Moon Tour.
It's still going. Reverend Horton Heat's at Paper Tiger. Rockbox has a band called The Traders. Passing Strangers, they're playing at Pix on Friday.
That's always a good show. Saturday night at Green Hall, 2 shows for Pat Green. Now, it says they're sold out, but it's never sold out. You can get tickets to that. The Spurs will take on the Pelicans inside the Frost Bank Center Saturday night. Floors Country Store, Treaty Oak Revival out there. And at Stable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday night, Zior Park and Young Posse.
Yeah, Sunday, Rue Pub and Angry Elephant. They have that big crawfish boil. $10 all you can eat from 2 until they run out. Green Hall. Now, this is where you got to talk to a band and go, how in the hell did you come up with this? A band called Bird Leg and the Tight Fit Blues Band. Bird Leg.
Pot's a good thing, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Tyler, the creator, is at the Moody Center. The Rock Box has a band called Make Them Suffer. And dude, you're either really good or really bad if you're going to call yourself Make Them Suffer.
I like the Tobits of The Price is Right live.
Yeah, are you going to go down there?
That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Hey, Joe, come on down.
And then they're going to say, how much is this dishwasher? And you'll go, dude, I have no idea. Where's Maggie?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget Monday, the Blitz live out at Rue Pub for St. Patrick's Day. It's the biggest and best St. Patrick's Day party every year. They're legendary. We're out there 2 to 6. And tomorrow we'll be at Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. Buy one, get one. And you could win pizza for a year if you join us at Round Table Pizza tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 6.
Gonna be a fun day tomorrow. It was a fun day today out here at Round Table Pizza in New Braunfels. Great being back in New Braunfels. Love this town. It's a great town, and it was good to be here. The folks were nice. The food was great.
And the churros were outstanding.
The churros were outstanding. You're welcome, Greg Shelton.
Absolutely. They said they've never seen a basket of churros disappear that fast before.
Very good. It was delicious.
And as we plan ahead, the San Antonio Gunslingers, their home opener March 22nd, we've got a family 4-pack we'll give away right now to caller number 7, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The Morning Huddle gets going tomorrow morning at 6. Extra innings with Pledge coming up next. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 o'clock at the Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville.